A little break. Good morning, Orlando. Good morning, New York, Los Angeles, Cleveland, El Paso, Dallas, Texas, San Jose, Cleveland, Buffalo, Albany, Rochester,
There's
Vegas.
too many to name.
Vegas, Robin.
I forgot about Vegas.
Forgot about also, let's not forget Myrtle Beach and
Did
Baltimore
you say
and Washington.
San Jose, San Francisco?
Yes.
Okay.
Baltimore, Washington, Virginia. Not to mention New Orleans.
You know, one of these days I must go to New Orleans. Have you ever been there?
We didn't mention one of our favorite cities, Robin.
Which is?
Philadelphia.
You know, we haven't... You said New York, but you just... are you including Albany?
I said Albany.
And Buffalo?
I said all those already.
And Rochester?
Okay. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
So are you going to get your children cars and all that stuff? All the stuff you complained that you didn't get?
Yeah, sure. Sure I am. I'm a great guy. I don't even want my kids driving.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about those things.
Yeah, sometimes you got to bribe the kids to love you. They were hating me the other day.
What'd you do?
Well, I was working on a script, and my daughter wanted to play herself in it. And
What, are you rejecting her?
I just said, just mellow out, you know? I said, you're not an actress, you're a kid. I don't want to be in show business. When you're adult, you make that decision.
Oh.
She got all freaked out.
Really?
Yeah. Well, between my wife and my kids and, you know, my parents.
How could you say no, though?
You just do. You got to
play herself.
You got to be honest. What is she, Melissa Rivers?
Did you see that?
Did you see the reviews in the paper? Joan Rivers did a TV movie of the week about Edgar dropped dead, her husband. You know, he committed suicide.
Didn't drop.
Yeah.
Dropped himself.
More of a thud. He killed himself in a hotel room, so it was Joan Rivers decided to play herself with Melissa Rivers, her daughter, who used to be Melissa Rosenberg, but she dumped her father's name. And with a good, listen, with the anti-Semitism rising in this country, it's a good idea to be Rivers than Rosenberg, let's face it. Right?
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it. My wife taped it for me, but won't give me the tape.
Because she's withholding it?
You actually see him sitting there, and you see the little empty booze bottles, and see him pouring the pills in his hands, and all, you know.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
only giggling because we had gone on and on about it. And also he leaves a note and a tape for Joan, and in the envelope it says Joan Rivers, and Rivers is crossed out, and it says Rosenberg underneath.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's funny.
It's like, you're taking my name for this last message.
Yeah, you
a little bit of...
Take that. Well, suicide's a very angry act. You know, that's just a very angry thing.
But it was so funny to me when she opens this envelope that very obviously contains a cassette. She looks at this cassette and she goes, "Oh, my God."
Oh, my God, a cassette.
No, not a cassette.
Not one of Jackie's cassettes?
Hey. No, but I know what Robin's saying, because it was in a regular envelope. Like,
Right.
You can't pick up a regular envelope with a cassette in it and not
know it.
Yeah, right.
A cassette.
A cassette.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, a cassette.
You have it? I got to get a copy of this, and my wife won't give it to me. She's
And then there was that moment when she and Melissa were sitting on the bed, and she goes, "Melissa, it's all my fault." And Melissa says, "How can you say that?" "I told Daddy not to come home."
I told Daddy not to come home.
Edgar looked like her daddy.
I know. She was like, "Daddy.
Daddy.
Daddy would have done this." But
Daddy.
Joan was saying that, not
Yeah,
Melissa.
yeah. Melissa called him Edgar, and Joan called him Daddy.
"I told Daddy not to come home."
We got to get some clips of that. So anyway,
I think I've got it on tape. I'll bring it in.
I think I have too.
Yeah, because we should pull some clips,
Yeah.
especially for the next time Joan comes in here. And then, you know, so the point is, I don't want my kid playing themselves. My kids, so I don't know, my wife has this weird thing with the radio show. She walks around the house, in every room in the house she has a radio on.
Well, why don't you address her now?
Yeah, I mean, it's like really weird because she doesn't want to miss anything. I wish I had the kind of wife that, like, just didn't care what I did, like, almost wasn't interested.
Well, if you had a regular job,
Yeah.
she couldn't care. She
Right.
could be at the office.
It's just real weird. She's, like, tuned in every second. Like, she doesn't want to miss anything. I think it's, like, in case girls come up or something. So she could be monitoring.
He's like the police.
Yeah. It's like, my wife's become like my parents. It's like a policeman.
We were ragging on Nancy yesterday at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, well, that's fine. You know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, she's in California and she was up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Listening.
Working on the computer. So she was sitting with us for the whole time.
Yeah, right. And you don't know. It's a good thing you didn't say anything.
Jackie knows. I'm keeping my mouth shut. Let them go on.
Yeah.
They don't have to live with her.
Yeah. So anyway, yesterday my oldest daughter says to my wife, "Give Daddy sex."
What?
You don't give Daddy enough sex. So, of course, my wife leaves the radio on when I'm complaining about my wife not, another sexless weekend.
Are you kidding?
No, and I just said, honey, can you do me a favor and turn off all these friggin' radios before I rip them out of the wall? You know, I never listen to the radio. I don't even listen to it.
No, I don't either.
I just don't listen to it. I never listen to the radio. Why is my wife... You should see, I come home, all the radios are tuned to, here in New York, 92.3.
Yeah.
You know, everything is all set up. Every radio in the house.
Just push a button.
Yeah, every room. And I said, what's with you? You letting the kids hear that?
I can't believe she said that to you.
Wait, and now I'm feeling uncomfortable. What are you doing? Why do you have to keep the damn radio on everywhere? And then the housekeeper can hear it, and I don't want to walk into my own house and feel peculiar. And she's like, ah. That's like,
Well, you don't think it's any big deal that...
Well, I don't really, it would freak me out to know that my dad wanted sex from my mother. You know what I mean? I wouldn't really want to, especially at 11 years old. I wouldn't want to know.
What else she's heard.
Yeah, I just wonder what my wife's up to. But thank God for the FCC putting limits on all this.
It would freak you out, Howard, that your daughter would feel that her parents had a regular sex life?
Oh, Robin, please, mellow out with that. Are you crazy? Yes, it would. I don't really need my daughters thinking about me being horny for sex and hearing my rap on how I want women.
Daughter shouldn't be monitoring your sex life.
Yeah. I mean, that's, my wife has that ability. Parents are supposed to monitor what their kids listen to on the radio.
But does she have a problem with them hearing that? Does she feel the same way?
Well, she just said, I said to the kids, Daddy's joking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm not. that question we didn't address. Daddy isn't joking. Daddy. My wife's like Joan Rivers calling me Daddy.
Oh, you Daddy.
Daddy's joking.
Daddy's joking.
Daddy's joking. Daddy, it's my fault Daddy killed himself.
But, I mean, it's just weird, My wife has to, have every radio in the house on, and it's like all morning I'm blaring through the house. She even has, an exercise guy who comes to the house. He even says it's weird. The radio's on with me.
Really?
Yeah, how can you exercise if you're busy listening to your husband on the radio? You don't exercise to our show. You just don't. You exercise to music. I know, I'm an exerciser. I barely exercise. I barely lift 10 pounds.
But you don't listen to this show to do it.
I listen to music. I put on a CD, something like that. I don't know what that's all about.
I didn't, it never occurred to me that if she had it on in every room of the house, the children were listening.
Yeah, well, I assumed that she would, listen to it in a room, turn it off when the kids walk in. But she has no ability to do that.
Oh.
She just she runs around frantic all morning anyway with the baby and the 2 kids and every minute screaming, I gotta meditate, I gotta meditate. It's like, we're into transcendental meditation. You need like 20, 25 minutes to get the whole job done.
Well, she needs a little longer.
But my wife sleeps all morning and waits till the school bus comes. And then she gets up to get the kids ready for school 10 minutes before they have to get ready. Runs around like a nut. And then starts going, I gotta meditate. And I go, well, isn't it the same routine every day? Either wake up earlier and meditate, or wait till the kids leave. I gotta meditate. It's like, why are you frantic?
It's like a Chinese fire drill.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese fire drill every day. It's always a nightmare. And it's like the same routine, even every weekend it's the same routine.
Uh-huh.
I got the woman a housekeeper for weekends. We have one housekeeper stays.
She's never alone now.
Right. Exactly. No one is alone. Everyone watches me all day. Saturdays we have one housekeeper, and then there's a changing of the guard.
Oh, is that right?
And then there's a changing of the guard. Sunday morning, the other housekeeper shows up.
Yeah, but they pass each other, so you never...
Well, yeah, there's about an hour where my wife has to be alone with the baby.
Is that right?
And it's Sunday morning, and the same thing happens every Sunday morning. Saturday night, I yell at my wife for a good hour that I want to sleep Sunday morning. Okay? I want to get some rest because I never get to sleep late. And once you wake me, that's it. So the baby starts crying about 6 in the morning. One housekeeper's gone, the other one hasn't arrived yet.
Oh.
And my wife does the same move every time. She goes down and gets the baby, puts the baby into bed with us on Sunday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. and goes to I hear her, shh, shh, to the baby. Shh. Like, this is a 1-year-old baby. Baby don't know what the hell she's talking about. Wait, she thinks that's a game. Shh. And the kid starts, talking. She keeps going, shh, shh, shh. And I'm laying there going, I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. And finally, she takes the baby and brings it out of the bedroom. But it's every Sunday I'm woken up with that, so she knows that I had to wake up to get the baby. so I should know she got the baby. It's the same routine every weekend.
She just wants you to know what she's doing.
Yeah, and then she walks around. I'm so exhausted all day. And I go, you're snapping at me all day. And she'll go, but I'm so tired. I had to get the baby. I go, you know that every Sunday. Go to bed at 8 o'clock on Saturday nights. You know you got to get up early and get the baby.
So now I'm going to ask you the question, why is there that hour?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm the one who made her get a weekend. My wife didn't want help on Sundays and Mondays. She didn't want it. She felt like, hey, that's our time for privacy. Alone. I go, you can't handle
privacy.
You can't handle. I said, Sunday's my one day to hang out. Saturday, usually I'm working on something. Sunday's my day to hang out. I don't want.
You don't want to be filled up with chores.
Yeah, I say to her, you're the one who started over with a brand new baby. I'm excited about it, but I don't want to go back to changing diapers on a Sunday. And every minute, my wife would go, "You're going to have to watch the girls. I have to run out and get diapers. I have to go out and get food." I said, "What kind of Sunday is this? Why is it you got a housekeeper when I'm not home all week, and then on the one day I can rest, you don't have any housekeeper?"
She got you.
I said, "I don't even get. She got me. I'm supposed to be the housekeeper." Yeah. She's got me. And she
didn't need anybody.
And it was like a whole test on Sunday, whether I do the dishes, whether I go, I don't want to be tested. I don't want to do this garbage.
Yeah, I remember that Sunday she called you from the tennis court. That was
bad. Yeah. I finally, my friend Stu invites me over to play tennis. The guy's got a tennis court in his backyard, and all these dudes are going to be hanging out and play. It's like a man's day. And he's got by his tennis court, he's got like a little refrigerator. You can have drinks. Everyone was having cocktails.
All
set up. Like really cool. Guy calls me up, invites me over. About a half hour later, my wife's tracking me down on the phone. When are you coming home? I go, I'm playing tennis. Oh, great. So leave me with 3 kids. I'm like, get some help. I don't mean housekeeping help. I mean psychiatric help. I want to have a Sunday. I want to mellow out. I want to be a guy. I want to hang out. I'm 40.
You're not getting any younger.
I'm 40 effing years old. I'm not going to be alive that much longer.
You need to mellow.
It's bad enough I don't get any sex. Now I can't get exercise. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I want to go hang out. I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to be a kid. Okay? Once in a while. I work. I stay disciplined all week doing this fabulous show.
Doing this tough job.
Well, everyone thinks that I don't work because I'm here just spewing garbage out.
This is very hard.
But imagine you're hanging out with guys, and these guys are all men's men. I mean, they all do whatever they want.
Are they businessmen?
Yeah, they tell their wives, just F off.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit older, so their kids already are in college.
Oh.
My kids should be in college already. I don't know. I got little babies running around now.
Why did you have a baby at this age?
Yeah, I mean, I told my wife I'm too old for this.
I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old. I'm like GIF. It's like a Kathy Lee. I just want to have sex. I got a couple more years left on the planet. I ain't looking to be Cody's nursemaid. Yeah.
What baby?
Yeah. All right, I did Cody. Now you're going to give me another one? Dude. How many years do you think I got left? So I don't know. And it's real embarrassing, man. You're with guys, and your wife's tracking you down. What about me? I'd like to play tennis. I go, well, you do that all week. You're the housekeeper. Why can't you be happy for me to have... Well, I don't get to see you all week, and now on our one day together. Yeah, one day together. Doing dishes. Yeah, that's a great day together.
That's quality time.
Yeah, that's quality.
Were the other guys goofing on you?
Yeah, I was getting it pretty bad. Yeah, pussy whip and all that. That's why I hung up on her. I just said, hey, man, I'm not coming home. And I just stayed for an extra 2 hours.
Oh, dear.
to teach her a friggin' lesson. I mean, give me a break.
So now you got the housekeeper there, right?
Yeah, well, I told her when she wanted to have another baby, I said, that's fine. I love kids. Kids are great. I said, but you're the one on the weekends who's going to have to sit in, and when I walk out that door, oh, I don't care. I just want another baby. I have baby fever. I need to have a third. And okay, you sure you don't want to just go out and get a job to fill your time? No, I have to have another baby. Have to have another baby. Have to have another baby. I'm into having.
You offered her the opportunity to have a job. She preferred babies.
I said I'll have 12 babies. You got to take care of them. I'm not going to take care of them. I'm not the mothering type. I'm not that good with the kids.
Oh.
I'm good for like 5 minutes, and then I peter out.
You're hardly the father.
Yeah. I'm hardly the father. I know that about me. I just don't have the patience for kids. I don't. I can't put in long amounts of time with kids. I'm not good at it. I was a camp counselor. The kids all hated me.
You're terrible.
When I was a camp counselor, I didn't get one tip. All the kids told their parents not to tip me. And I didn't care. I said, you little rat things. You brats. I hated those kids.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. I was just at the summer camp to get laid. I was there to get laid. I was looking at other female, the female counselors.
Well, and somebody should pay you for this?
Oh, they paid me handsomely. I think I made $300 that summer. Oh, yeah, it was a handsome amount of money. Paid. That was my pay. Getting laid.
Thought you were like a gigolo.
I don't know why I used to get laid like crazy up in summer camp. And then all the rest of the year, when I was like at school, I couldn't get laid.
There was something about...
Me and shorts. Yeah, me and a pair of summer shorts. I don't understand. Like, I used to wait it was a 6-week period I would get laid, and then the whole rest of the year I'd never get laid. How come girls in summer camp wanted to have sex with me?
And maybe it was you. Did you ever think that you were different in summer camp?
Yes. Yes, I did.
You had a different attitude.
Yeah, maybe I did. I was sassy.
You had power.
Yeah, I had power. I was a dishwasher.
But you look good with that uniform on.
That white uniform. I used to wash dishes. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's screwy. When I was getting married, all these married guys were laughing at me going, you idiot, you jack. And I was like, no, man, I ain't got to be married. It's great. Now I sit there and laugh at guys who are getting married. I laughed my ass off at Baba Booey's wedding. I tell you, I had a laugh of the century. That stupid monkey. I sat and laughed. And I wasn't the only one. Mottling was laughing too.
They have chuckles.
Yeah. Dumb Gary. The whole time I sat there laughing. You know what? Guys who've been married over 10 years and have at least 2 kids, they just sit there and all look at each other and laugh. As Gary's all dressed up in his suit and the wife is walking down the aisle in a big white dress.
He might as well have a noose around his neck.
Yeah. You just laugh.
It was sort of like joining the Masons. You have to actually get in the club before they tell you what goes on.
That's right. Yeah. Secrets, and they
I told Gary not to get married. I begged him. I said, Gary, you're having the time of your life. Keep going, pal. Enjoy yourself.
Come on, I'm still having the time of my life.
Yeah.
Is there no time at which marriage is a good thing, Howard?
Yeah, there are times it's good. It depends. It depends on your situation.
No, I just meant at some point in your life where it would be just good.
Yeah.
As opposed to not a detriment. Like when you're 70, maybe.
Yeah, that's when it's good. I know my wife will take care of me when I'm 70. You see, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be a very old man. I'm going to be incontinent. I'm going to need someone to change my diaper. And you know what's going to happen? My wife's going to drop dead.
She's as old as you. Now,
no.
She's going to be 105. You're 105.
No.
How's she going to change your diaper?
No, but she will. And she'll drop dead, and I'll have no one to change my diaper. And I'll put my whole time in waiting for someone to change my diaper when I become 70. And I'll say,
that's when you're going to really
I didn't go out and have sex with Heather Locklear. I didn't go have sex with Patty Davis-Regan. I didn't have any of these people. Right.
What are you going to do if she becomes incontinent and you're the healthy one?
I'm leaving her.
He's going to get a new wife.
You're not kidding. I'm going to get a young Kathy Lee type, just like Gift did.
How many years?
Rest homes.
Yeah.
How many years have you been married, Howard?
16.
Okay, so of the 16, divide them
16 and 4 years living with Allison, so it's 20 years.
All right, so divide them into good and bad. How many of them been good? No,
No, they've all been wonderful.
They've all been good.
They've all been
had
good.
any bad
If
years.
it was bad, I'd leave her.
What kind of question is that?
No, but you said that it's not always good.
You just got to understand something. Forget it.
He's
you know what?
not getting it.
Yeah, he's just
not
a
saying
guy.
he has a bad time in his marriage.
Right.
No, I understand what he's saying.
Well, then why'd you ask that question?
He
What
said
am I
sometimes
saying?
it's not as good.
Ask again in a year.
You know what? You'll know, Gary.
You know what?
You'll
I
see.
think I know what Gary's asking. He's saying if you were to qualify, how many, if you had to...
Okay, I know what he's asking. Gotcha. All right.
All the bad times.
Here's the deal. Seriously?
Yeah.
For about 6 or 7 years, you'll never even think about whether it's good or bad. You'll just go through it.
Right.
Then the rest of it...
Wait a second. You'll just go through it like it's good, or you'll just go through it like you're in a trance?
You won't notice.
No, you won't notice.
Right.
You're in a trance. You're married. That's it. You don't even think about it. You don't even think that you should not be married.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you shouldn't be... And then, after 7 years, you start to analyze every bit of the marriage. Start to analyze, what the hell? Why do I have to ask permission to go play tennis? Then you start to get crazy. You'll see.
Let me ask you
You
something.
just get crazy.
How do you change that mindset, like from a single mindset to a married mindset, or did you have to?
I barely remember. I've been married so long. I've been married 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what it's like to walk out the door and not have 30 people yelling at you.
From being a kid to being married, basically.
Yeah. I never had transition time. I didn't need. Listen, the shape I was in, I shouldn't have had transition time. Allison saved my life because I was a real loser.
Oh.
I mean, I couldn't even get laid. I was a disc jockey and I couldn't get laid. All right, so I mean, Allison came in and gave me like respectability. Suddenly, she was the oasis. She was willing to have sex with me.
She was in the middle of the desert.
Saturday nights, I could go to dinner with somebody. I had a life.
It's the lottery.
Yeah, I had a life. My problem with marriage is I became famous. And once you become famous like this, and you don't
think you'd be in as much agony if you were a regular guy. You keep saying that.
That's right. This is unnatural. Most guys are, believe me, they're lucky to be married.
If you would have remained like a regular guy, you'd still be the guy that comes home every night and worships.
Oh,
Allison.
please, please! I'd be thanking her, begging her. Please, darling.
You'd stay at home on Sunday.
Right.
And
Please.
worship at her feet.
Please don't. I can't believe you married me. Thank you.
I want to be with you.
Right, that's right. And I still want to be with her. Don't get me wrong. I love that woman. Love her to death. But, you have your arguments and stuff. It's hard. It's hard 20 years of living together. You got to...
Well, I just wondered, because all of a sudden it struck me, well, you do have to go from thinking about, like, life is only me to life is me and her.
Well, you know what it is? I lived with my parents for 20 years. Then I lived with Allison for 20 years.
You've never been alone.
I've never really gotten any time alone. And then
it would be a big change for me.
Right, and then, right. And then, as soon as, if we take a show trip to Los Angeles, my wife will go, I want to go with you. And I'll go, honey, let me have 2 days alone, okay? Let me feel a little bit like I've got, some sort of ability to walk out the door without 27 people. My wife goes, I know, if you go to California, I'll bring the kids. I can take them to Disneyland. I go, I gotta get out. It's like, excuse me.
Instead of a suite, you'll need a floor.
Yeah, exactly. I said, you don't understand. I need 2 days without the responsibilities of all of yous.
Oh.
I got to concentrate on work now. We're doing a lot of stuff. I don't want to be the only one out of the whole group bringing an entourage of family with me. I just want to go and work with the rest of the guys and Robin and just do it.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this because yesterday, I was watching that Planet Hollywood celebration, and Tom Arnold is down there in Miami helping to open up Planet Hollywood, and he tells the whole crowd that Rosie's on vacation.
They got a good marriage.
So what is he doing there, I think, to myself?
Well, Baba Booey's still at the stage in his marriage because his wife hasn't had the baby yet and stuff. He doesn't realize it. Like, he says to me the other night, hey, I went to a ball. I went to dinner with Dan Foreman. I said, oh, yeah, and the girls came? He goes, no, just me and Dan. We went out ourselves. He doesn't understand. That all ends.
Really?
You can't go to dinner with just Dan Foreman. If I said to my wife, I want to go to dinner with Dan Foreman and leave her home, it just wouldn't happen. This doesn't happen.
You sure that Baba Booey can't preserve this in his
No.
Well, no, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen.
I'm telling you I know what's going to happen. She's going to get resentful. It's like, hey, why? I'm sitting home with the kid. I'm doing everything.
Here's what's going to happen.
Wait, you'll see.
I've seen it with all my other friends.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is she's going to say, okay, You go to dinner with Dan.
Yeah, it's always
Thursday night.
Yeah, right. I'll go.
You stay with the kids, and I'm going to dinner with my friends.
Yeah, and it becomes a whole. Everything becomes. Yeah, everything's a negotiation and what you did, and then you got to be miserable about it. I'd really be excited to go to dinner with Dan just by myself. But I'd have to go like this. This is how I'd have to present it to my wife. Allison, I'm miserable. This is how I have to present it. I'm miserable. This is why my wife always thinks I'm miserable. I'm miserable. Dan Foreman, I made an arrangement to go to dinner with him like an idiot. I don't know how to get out of it. And then she'll go, oh, would you want me to go? Oh, let me just get it over with. I'll just go. I'm just miserable. I'll just get it over with quick. And then as soon as she goes, all right, and then I go, and then you're out free.
It's all positioning. It's
all positioning. You got to make it seem like it's the worst thing in the world.
Otherwise, she'd have to go.
Right. See, if I said, oh, man,
big problem.
Dan and I are going to dinner at this really cool restaurant. What?
We always have a lot of laughs.
Yeah, why don't you want to go with me? Why can't you laugh with me? No, because I want to be with a guy tonight, okay? Is that all right?
When you come back, do you have to be like, oh, boy, all we did was, Dan just droned on. We talked about work.
There's another cell job afterwards.
Are you kidding? You know when we used to have the Super Bowl party, you have to go home and go, you know how much fun that is? I'd go home and I go, oh. It's like, it's
well, you don't bring it up.
Yeah, it's like she goes, well, how was your Super Bowl party? And I'll go, you want to know the truth? I'm sitting there with Jackie and Fred and Gary, the same jerks I work with every day. And they're sitting there, and Fred doesn't do anything. He never lifts a finger to help. And Jackie's just complaining. And who needs it? Jackie doesn't get enough. And, I said it's just...
You know what's the positioning, too? It's never, how was the party? It's always, how was your party?
Yeah, right, your party.
Oh, even if it's our party, it's your party.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, I'll give you my wife's schedule.
Your Super Bowl
let me give you my wife's schedule from last week, okay? Yesterday I come home. She's not home. Why? She's out at Jill's birthday party. Her friend Jill. They threw themselves a little party at a restaurant. All the girls. Tennis the day before. Tennis, a whole afternoon of tennis, and then lunch afterwards.
Wow.
Listen to this. Listen to this. And then I go. Excuse me. Maybe on the weekend I want to go out and have dinner with Dan Foreman. Like Rodan entered the room. I mean, it's insane. You'll see, dude.
Well, I gotta
see. Your wife is real loose now. She's free and easy. She hasn't even started showing yet.
Well, I'll tell you where I know where there's going to be a problem. Like this weekend, I'm going up to Rochester on Friday and Buffalo on Saturday. Doing appearances.
You're working so you can buy that little stupid dream house.
But I know that like if my wife had a baby. We're going to a party in, we're doing an anniversary party in Rochester and Saturday at the strip club in Buffalo.
You know what? You're
that's
only
not seen as work.
Yeah, you're only imagining what it's like. You don't know.
You don't know. It hasn't happened for real.
So I know that when I leave my wife alone for a weekend with a baby while I'm at a strip club.
No, but you'll even see. But Gary's lucky in a way because his work schedule outside of work isn't all that demanding.
No, it's not. When he leaves the office, he leaves the office.
Yeah.
No, I never make a phone call from home. Like
come on,
Gary.
A phone call.
I was on the phone for an hour last night, only show-related stuff. Seriously.
All right, whatever. I'm sure it was a lot of pressure, but I'm saying.
No, it's not pressure. I'm just saying I do it.
I know you're very busy. So
you wouldn't know.
Yeah, no one would know.
You wouldn't ask.
Please. This guy's so busy. He's busy getting manicures, mustache trimming.
I haven't had a manicure since my wedding, and I trim my own mustache. Thank you very much.
Anyway. Anyway, well, you'll see, Baba Booey. You'll see.
I'm already seeing.
You'll see. He's all excited he's having a new baby. You'll see.
Yeah, it's all a game now.
Yeah. Baba Booey. Baba Booey game.
That baby's no doll.
You'll see. Yeah, I'd like to go play tennis for 2 hours, honey. What about the kids? What about the... Oh. Well, you play tennis during the week. It's a negotiation.
Well, this is considered all your free time away from her.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, hey, maybe Saturday I just want to go I'm going to go meet Dominic for some Italian food. Huh? Yeah, but what about me? We don't spend time together. Why can't you take me for Italian food?
What happened with the car?
Maybe I don't feel like being with you.
Oh.
Maybe I feel like just hanging out with a guy.
What happened with the card game? Because I know you and Corey...
No, I wanted to do that. I didn't dare approach it.
You didn't?
I didn't dare approach it. I would have loved to have gone in.
I heard the two of you talking about possibly putting one together.
Corey Feldman said, hey, you want to play cards Saturday night? I got a card game going. I said, where, in your hotel? He goes, yeah. Because it's a lot of fun. It's like a couple of these guys. And he said, you want to bring two of your buddies? I go, oh, man, yeah. And I'm saying, how am I going to approach it? All weekend I tried to approach it with Allison, but then I just said, forget it. And her friend was in from California.
Yeah.
From San Jose.
They wouldn't have enjoyed spending some time together alone?
No, I don't know. I just got the vibe that it was a real test of my love to be there with her friend.
Is it like she always says, I do everything for your friends?
No, she didn't even say that. Because she doesn't do a thing for my friends. I don't have any friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, what friends are you talking about?
If I said to her, I want to have a card game, have you guys over and you know, go out and buy some food or something for it, she'd be like, oh, I got enough to do. I don't have time. Yeah. I don't have time. It would be like, no way. I'm not taking on additional responsibilities. Why don't you go get the food?
So you just figured you better stay at home and be with her and her friend?
Yeah, I just didn't even want to approach it.
Oh.
I would have loved to have gone.
That seems like an easy sell, though, because that's a different guy and a different...
Oh, no, it's not. My wife, this is, want to hear how it went? I went, hey, you know who invited me to play cards Saturday night? Corey Feldman. I'd like to meet Corey Feldman.
Oh, no.
I go, oh, well, I don't think you were invited to the card game. You know, and then that was the end of it. I knew right away. I'd like to meet Corey Feldman.
So you know when to not go.
Yeah, right. And I just stopped. I just said, I'm not even going to try and work this. I have to stay home. I'm in high school. My parents are putting a curfew.
I'm grounded.
I'm grounded. I know. You'll see.
Grounded for life.
You'll see.
Part of the maturity, though, is realizing you're going to start, and 20 minutes from now you're going to be no further along than you were in the middle of a fight, so you just nip it in the bud.
Part of the maturity is not even bringing it up. He's right. Jackie is right.
As much as you hate to say it.
I hate to say it, but you're right for the first time.
And you know what, guys? I have to tell you.
Jackie
you know what?
Point?
It took me to hit 40 until I realized the maturity aspect of this. Because I always used to fight.
Save your breath.
I used to fight and never get my way, so...
Maybe because I got married older, but I've matured a lot in the last 2 years.
Have you? You learned to keep your mouth shut.
It's so true.
All right, let me take a break.
I wonder if the princess fights with Fred. I just can't imagine.
No, they're not married.
They're not married.
Really?
Once you put the ring on the finger,
but Fred's happy. Fred, you know Fred doesn't do anything on his own.
Right. Changes everything.
Fred's a different kind of guy. Fred is not like a guy.
Okay.
Fred is from Mars.
Martian husbands are different.
And you're also manly, so.
Yeah. I know. Hey, I'm not. You'll see. You don't have kids.
But Fred... I'm lucky.
Fred could come home one day and say, as much as he loves Allison, Fred could come home one day and say, Allison, you know, I don't want to, you know, it's over for whatever reason.
Right, yeah.
And all that she leaves is with her stuff and the ring he put on her finger, but not his bank account.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right, exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
You're never getting married.
You don't think she could
Everybody always keeps telling me, don't get married, don't get married, don't get married.
What's she going to get from Fred?
Common law in New York?
Well, hey, she's put in a lot of time, and I would testify that she's worked hard on Fred.
Well, she deserves some kind of payoff. She does deserve something.
I would testify on her behalf.
Yeah, me too, just to get him back.
She does have some kind of investment happening.
Yeah, she sure does.
She's worked.
There's a girl who's really stuck it out with you.
She's put in time.
We have the before and after pictures.
Yeah, we got proof.
That's true.
Fred used to come to work in Farmer Jones jeans and
pocket
calculators. Yeah.
2 watches and a hat.
Yeah, kangaroo tennis shoes. The only guy I knew in the world wearing kangaroo tennis shoes. We go, Fred, where'd you find those? Oh, we get them at Kmart.
Sure.
Still time to go.
Yeah.
I got my ruse on.
Maroon. What were they called?
My ruse.
My ruse. Maroon sneakers.
My ruse.
Yeah, ruse.
Yeah.
No, I never wore.
They were called ruse.
They were.
You did wear them, Fred.
I'll go along with everything,
Fred,
but I won't go along with
don't fight it. It was ruse. They had little kangaroos on them.
They didn't.
Your mom bought them for you.
You're thinking of some ghetto kid.
All right.
It was you.
You wore kangaroo sneakers.
I never wore kangaroos.
They had kangaroos on the
They
side.
had 2 little kangaroos. They were brown and they...
And on that pocket, it said
ruse.
I will admit to everything but kangaroo.
We kid you about it on the air, too. I bet you can find it in the computer.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, find it.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. And we're
Once
going
you're logging in is a lie, it's always a lie.
Right.
Boom.
Remember his kangaroo sneakers?
Yeah, I can't believe he's denying it.
Oh, here you go.
You came back.
You guys must have Alzheimer's.
You don't remember the kangaroo sneakers?
You know what it is? You guys tell these lies to each other so much and so
Fred,
well.
you came back from Connecticut for the weekend, and you had kangaroo sneakers.
We noticed the pockets on your
I know what I wore. I never wore
kangaroo. I swear on my life.
Do you remember, Gary? You remember
ruse.
I really don't remember those.
They're called ruse.
Everything else I cop to. I won't cop to that. I can't.
You wore ruse.
Ruse, and don't deny it. I'm turning off your microphone. Because you did wear them.
I remember.
I know it. I saw them. All right, let me take a break. We're falling far behind. We need to take a little break.
I couldn't make that up.
Hey, when we come back, Stuttering John went to the Jay Leno press conference and got off all the questions. So we'll have that for you next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, where's all that Jay Leno stuff? Hey,
is John coming in?
I don't know. Where is everybody? Where's Scott? Where's Stuttering John? Where is everything?
Here, he's in the office.
Where is all this stuff? Why does it take 12 hours to get this together?
Oh, you mean it's not... Scott hasn't pulled it off?
What?
It's so wild.
Come in here, John. He just grunted at the door.
He doesn't know what you want.
I know John's like trying to be like a grunge rock star, but like what's going on, dude? You're looking smelly and dirty.
I'm looking smelly and dirty?
Yeah. Wow. I know you're trying to be a rock star.
Are you getting depressed yet?
No, not at all.
I think how's your career going? Your record career? Are you starting to realize I'm your future?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Why would you say that?
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
You know, John can't see that far ahead.
Why would you say that?
Number 9 on the box, Howard.
Is that right?
Top 10 requested.
Is that right?
Top 10 requested.
It's a good song.
In the country.
In the country? Not just New York?
No, in the country, number 9 on the box. And that's a rap, you know, basically it's all rap.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, I like your music. Rock the riverboat, on the riverboat. I love that. What does it go? Rock the riverboat. How does it go? What does it go? Rock the riverboat?
Yeah.
Rock the riverboat. I love that.
Thanks.
I like your music.
You know you never heard yet? Did you ever hear the bonus track with Jackie on it and Robin?
No. Where is that?
Nobody wants to hear that.
No, you should hear it.
Bring it in. I'll listen to that.
Because we ISO Gary singing at the end, you know.
No, I'd like to hear that. Where is
the tape you did
tape of Jay Leno? I mean, I love your music, but I'd much rather hear the Jay Leno tape.
Yeah, Scotty's just leadering up right now.
Leadering?
His head's going to explode at this point.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time.
Howard's a much bigger fan of your interviews.
Yeah. No offense. I mean, it's not a put down.
You know what's strange? There wasn't that many people at the press conference.
Of course not. How can you have...
Why would they have a press conference?
I said, why would they have a Jay Leno press conference? The guy has already been interviewed 9 billion times. He's available to everyone and anyone.
Is there anyone left who doesn't know he's in New York?
Jeez.
What question could you possibly ask him? We're all Jay Leno to death. We know. Learn from Johnny Carson. He was never available for an interview.
The biggest interview was me and the black guys from Kiss FM, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were back and forth.
Nobody even there. Goodness. How many people were there?
Maybe about, I don't know, maybe 20, 30, maybe really? 20 to 30 press people.
It's not a lot of people.
It's just very impromptu, you know.
Yeah.
What do you mean impromptu?
Don't ask.
Well, doesn't that mean it was just like, Jay was just like hanging out with everybody?
No, impromptu would mean they called it at the last minute.
Well, yeah, I think they did.
All right, here we go. So you mean it was informal?
Informal.
Right.
Very informal.
Right.
Where'd you go, George?
Oh, this is all the Jay Leno stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. We wrote a bunch of questions. Jackie and Fred were Jay Leno crazy yesterday. They were on fire.
They had a lot of questions.
Yeah, everybody had questions.
I got everyone.
You got everyone?
I was wearing my Nightline news hat, so I don't think he knew I was at first.
All I know is all the newspapers are writing articles today about the Jay Leno press conference and talking about it, and all the questions, they don't attribute them to you. But I could see they wrote up all our questions.
Yeah, they did that the last time, too. I don't know why they did that.
So you never get any credit?
No, because even on MTV at the Rolling Stones thing, remember the David Bowie question?
Right.
They didn't say...
No, they don't credit us. And they all act like John and this show, we're not credible journalists, but they all use our questions.
They always want to throw John out.
And if it wasn't for us being at these press conferences, they wouldn't have one interesting question to ask these fossils.
It has become a trend that John winds up writing the articles.
Well, look at Eric Mink's column.
For the majority of people in town who do newspaper. I
don't know if Eric is one of those guys who hates us or likes us. I don't remember. I can't even keep track of these journalists anymore. But I'm reading his column today. It's not Eric Mink, I'm sorry. It's Richard Huff. Tonight Show host Jay Leno seems to be taking well late-night legend Johnny Carson's appearance last Friday on CBS Late Show. Yesterday, Leno told reporters that Carson and Late Show host David Letterman had a relationship that predated his own arrival on the late-night scene and that he doesn't think Carson hates him. First question we wrote is, why does Johnny Carson hate you? So that's where that answer came from.
Of course.
And then you go through the rest of the article, and everything he answered was questions we asked. But no one attributes it to us, but they just use it, and then they talk about how sucky we are and how we shouldn't be allowed at press conferences.
You know what I think happens? They get repulsed while it's happening.
Yeah.
And then they go back and listen to the tape, and they realize those are the only interesting answers.
Yeah, because we ask questions that are real.
Yeah.
I mean, that everyone else is afraid to ask. Right?
It's just repulsive to watch.
Right. Repulsive to watch the process, but nevertheless. Yeah.
Wow, this is certainly a slow news day, huh? Well, nice to have you all here. Where do I start? Do I take questions or something? Or
do you have an opening statement, Jay?
No. Why don't you prepare a little? You knew you were coming out.
You knew you were going to do this.
I'm in a press conference.
Hey, what is this? Why is this? Why are you guys here with microphones and stuff? What's going on?
The man of 10,000 monologues doesn't have a joke.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, how do we start?
Well, why'd you call us here? You obviously must have something to say. You can't hold a press conference unless you have something to announce.
Jay still doesn't get show business.
What's the matter there, Jay?
Hey, what a surprise. 407 years ago. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. Is this on?
By the way, the real Jay's actually calling us at 8 o'clock.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, why does Johnny Carson hate you?
Why, Johnny Carson hate me? I think that's called a severe diphthong is what you have, sir. No, I don't have any problem with Johnny. Johnny's fine.
Here we go. Johnny's fine. Of course you have a problem with Johnny.
I don't have a problem with Johnny.
Johnny just burned your ass. The question was, why does Johnny Carson hate you?
Not why he hates him.
Yeah. Maybe because Johnny's such an insecure peckerhead that he can't deal with the fact that you're doing his Tonight Show, and anyone who would have taken it over, Johnny has a little problem with.
Do you realize it's become like the late show wars?
Yeah.
Jay Leno had Jack Parr on last night.
Right. He got to hug Jack Parr.
So he got, like the original Tonight Show guys to come on his show since Letterman got Carson, and he's lying and saying he doesn't have a problem.
I hear they're both over at Steve Allen's house now, banging on the door.
They playing to?
I don't know.
Playing to each other.
Yeah. I got Jack Parr.
So Jack Parr gets on the show, and he says to Leno that the chair, the seat, where the guest sits, this is a seat of honor. This seat has been held by, and he starts reeling off these old names nobody's
Who, Jack Parr?
Yes.
Yeah.
People he interviewed, Toady Fields and so on.
Toady Fields. Toady Fields had her leg amputated in this chair.
Lily.
B. Lily. Beatrice Lilly was in this chair. Yeah. Why don't you just put them all in there? Vito Scotti.
And then he says, this chair is the chair of honor. Don't ever have Madonna sit in this chair.
Get off the stage, you old man. Everyone in the world would die to have Madonna in that chair.
Yeah, Jay Leno's going to turn her down.
Yeah, Jay doesn't want an 8 rating. Yeah, someone might watch. Don't ever have her in the chair. You old fossil, Jack Parr. Biggest imbecile on the planet. This guy's a nobody. They tap him to do the Tonight Show. He does it for I don't know how long, couple of years, and he can't take the pressure. He
cracks.
He cracks, and now He's sitting in Connecticut talking about old Tonight Shows.
Waiting for them to come get him.
The Pete Best of TV. Jack Parr, sitting waiting for someone to ask his opinion on something. Yeah, who cares, Jack, you loser.
It's the 90s.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm sure after he resigned and he saw Johnny handle it after a year, he went, what the hell was I doing?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Honey, come here and kick me.
Why? What was so difficult? I had to interview people.
Give me my old tapes. I got to see what was wrong.
Yeah, why was I having so much strain and pressure? Why was I so volatile?
People love me. I walked out.
Let's listen to Jay meander through this answer.
I don't think Johnny hates me. Johnny and I have a pretty good relationship. He's always been very gracious, nothing but in considering all...
Yeah, real gracious. Hasn't shown up once, hasn't said a nice word about you.
Answered your call.
Yeah, and now it goes on Letterman.
The whole press conference is how he was. Very...
It's funny. Everything's nice. Everything's fine. Meanwhile, he's sitting with a 2 rating.
Nonsense that went down and the stuff that went on, I think he's just been terrific. So, no, I have no problem with him. Fine with me. I like Johnny a lot.
How much will you dance at Johnny Carson's funeral?
I don't dance.
So Jay doesn't realize it's even you.
No, not yet. No.
How much will you dance?
Who else would ask these questions? How could he not know?
Hey, yeah, why would he insult us? Listen, I'll continue this. I got to take a short break.
Okay.
We got a bunch more questions right after this.
We have to have Gorilla's mother do an ice draft commercial for us one day.
Yeah, we'll call her next time we do one, because she's a big ice draft drinker.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the amount of, while we were in commercial break, Robin commented on it too. I cannot believe the amount of Jay Leno commercials they're running. For the Tonight Show coming to New York, I mean, Jesus Christ.
How much more publicity does he need?
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like you can't ram it down people's throats. I'm doing the show, and I'll tell you something. A lot of people have patted me on the back and said it was very admirable, even though they'd rather see me on Letterman. They said, hey, wait a second. You know, it's a really funny thing. Because I was talking to Fran Shea from the E! Network yesterday. She was up here. And she was sitting next to Morty, who's the producer of the Letterman show. She was sitting next to him on the plane.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she just happened to sit next to him. And I know Morty was, like, upset that I'm doing the Leno show. You know, they don't understand it. Like, how come, you know, Leno's doing so bad? Why are you doing that show? And I'll tell you something. You can't, you know, I'm sitting there. I'm a guy. I don't call either of these shows. I never have once picked up the phone and said, hey, can I be on your show? I don't ask. To me, it would be embarrassing. I figure if a guy wants me on his show, he's going to ask me to be on. And Letterman has his agenda. Leno has his agenda. But they call and ask me. Now, the way Leno does it is he called me 4 months in advance and said, this is the date we need you. 4 months in advance. We're coming to New York. Can we please have you? I kept saying no, and finally I said yes. Letterman don't even call. He don't tell you when he wants to have you on. Suddenly he calls a week before. He called me last week. A week before, he wants me on the same week that Jay wants me on. And, you know, it's weird. I said, well, I already...
Did Morty say anything to Fran?
Well, you know, he keeps saying, well, how come he's... And in fact, Fran even said to him, and this is something I said, I'll go on your show the next week if that's... You know, I like both of you guys. Oh, we can't have that. You can't go. You just did a Leno. And it was just like, well, yeah, but
some rules.
I'm on radio 5 days a week. If I went by your theory, I should only be on once every 3 months.
Letterman's there every night.
Yeah, Letterman's there. People don't seem to get sick of me coming out. It doesn't ruin the specialness of it. I said, but if you want, I'll wait a month and ask me. Tell me tomorrow what days you want me on, and I'll come. You got to tell people you want them. You can't just call them 3 days, and then I'm supposed to call back Leno and say I can't do it. What am I supposed to say? I agreed to do it. The guy booked a show around it. I know when people call me up and book a show and then they cancel, I get really pissed.
We've gone to war with people over that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not right. So, you know, some people have said to me, hey, I'd rather see you on Letterman. I'd rather see you on this show. I'd rather see you. I just got to do the right thing. If I commit to a guy, you do it. But this Letterman, they have a thing where they don't tell you when they want you. They always call me 3 days whenever a guest drops out. Which I don't mind. I'm happy to do it. But if a guy calls me for 4 months and says he wants me on his show...
You can't just bag him.
Yeah, I mean, I said yes already. But boy, they're running a lot of Jay commercials. Can they be making any money on that show? The Tonight Show? Where is that commercial? And Jay is screaming. I'm here in New York.
You know, I hadn't noticed that party statement before. Yeah. You know, you pointed that out yesterday. It's going to be an all-something party.
It's going to be a party.
All-out party.
Big party, New York. Hello. Sorry, it's me and not Dave. Hello, New York.
And then he starts talking about how we've saved up a lot of guests that you never get to see, and now we're going to have them on.
Oh, you want to hear a funny thing about that commercial? So NEWFM, which is considered our competition here in New York, the rock and roll, it's the other rock and roll station.
They consider themselves competition.
Yeah. They're down to a one ready, so they're running that commercial, but they cut out my name.
Of course.
You don't hear the name. If you notice, Jay says, hey, Howard Stern. They cut out my name. Like someone's going to, oh, that'll hurt me. I mean, what are they still serious? With my name cut out.
But maybe they're thinking to themselves, that one share, that one rating might disappear, too, if people hear your name.
By cutting out my name, that'll really help them. You know, like that's going to be the thing that'll help them.
Wouldn't the client be mad at them?
Well, yeah, but they could certainly understand. Yeah, but they could certainly understand. I mean, but at the same point, I mean, NEW ought to run my name, and maybe that someone would tune in.
Yeah. Get confused.
You get confused. The effort they spend editing, they should spend on programming.
Filthy micromanager.
Yeah, right. You're like, get Stern's name off the air.
Take that out now.
Yeah.
I heard his name.
I'm sitting here. I'm the #1 disc jockey in the country. Everyone who listens to that station knows who I am, what station I'm on. They're going to cut out my name.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Get him out of here.
Get him off. Hey, that helped. The one just went to a 1.
He doesn't need us.
The one rating just went to a 1.1.
Do you think they really could have afforded not to take that commercial if it had to have your name stay in it?
Yeah. I think if the client had just put some pressure on them, they would have left a name in.
Absolutely.
Hey, we'll pull the spot.
They can't turn down any money.
All right, we'll take it. All right, we'll mention Stern.
Okay, you're twisting our arm.
Yeah. Anyway, Stuttering John was at the Jay Leno press conference. We're in the middle of it in case you're just tuning in. It's pretty funny. So, John, you say there weren't a lot of people there.
No, wasn't a lot of people. Wasn't a lot of big, there wasn't any TV there at all.
Give me that Jay Leno commercial. I got to hear it again. Give it to me. Thanks.
He's all hyped up there.
I never heard Jay so excited.
He's like the new Arsenio.
Yeah.
Hello, city dwellers. Jay Leno here. You know I love about New York City? Yeah, I got the best of everything. I got to tell you.
Yeah, they get great bagels, and yeah, they have exit wounds, and yeah.
Great food, theater, sports teams. Hey, you can even drink the tap water. Look, this.
You think someone pulled him into the studio and said, could you be a little happier and peppier?
Yeah, just do it. Up.
Yeah.
Because I can hear a lot of edits in here, too. He did each of these things individually.
Well, Jay is calling in. We have to ask him how many takes he did on that. How many takes?
Because you can hear, he starts on one level with the first line, and then all of a sudden he's up here.
Yeah, he's all excited.
You can even drink the tap water. Where's my wallet?
Stuff in it. New York, it's like Burbank on steroids. You know, we're sitting back here in Burbank, California, trying to figure out some stuff to do. We figured, hey, let's go east. Let's go back to our ancestral home, 30 Rockefeller Center, NBC Studios, New York.
Actually, someone told me that Jay announced first that he was coming to New York, and then Letterman said he was going to L.A.
Yeah, that's what I think happened.
But that's Jay's problem. He always announces stuff too early. And what happened was, everyone assumed now that he's ripping off Letterman.
Yeah.
It's like a classic blunder. Letterman just went the week before him.
I mean, they have been saying for months now that they're going to be coming to New York, and then all of a sudden Letterman was in Los Angeles.
We got to go somewhere.
Well, let's not announce it.
Man.
Yeah. What?
I said, we're going to Cleveland.
Well, speaking of Cleveland, we'll be talking to Doug Podell, the program director. He's having a fit.
Why?
I don't know. Well, he's
June.
Wait till I'll tell you all that later. I don't want to change the topic yet. Okay. I want to stick on this Jay Leno press conference. But you're going to love this. All right, here we go. All right, let's go back to the press conference.
Oh, you don't want to hear the rest of the commercial?
Oh, okay. Let's Jay on his motorcycle.
I know.
Oh, I brought you his press photo. You got to see it.
Really? What is he, in a motorcycle?
Yeah, but it's pretty funny.
And what's that all about? Thumbs up. Yeah. Sinking ship. Thumbs up.
All this week, folks, a huge non-stop party when we bring the Tonight Show back to New York City for the first time in over 20 years. And we've been saving up guests for the last 19. Listen to this tremendous amount of guests scheduled to appear. Howard Stern will be with us, Michael J. Fox, Bill Cosby, Cindy Crawford, Farrah Fawcett, Julio Iglesias, the Blue Man.
Oh, whoa. Look at Jay. Look at Jay on his motorcycle.
Let me see. Oh, Jay.
Vroom.
You love those motorcycles, huh?
Yeah, I love it. I love motorcycles. I love it here. I love it everywhere. I love Johnny. I love pain. I love kicks in the balls, and I love swallowing tacks. I love everything.
About on the flyer, you are the first name mentioned as Jay's guest.
Yeah. Sort of building that around me. I'm not mentioning the night I'm on because then.
Are you going to tell me? Because I would like to go with you.
Yeah, I will tell you.
Hey,
but Letterman.
You haven't let me know yet.
He'll put on Paul Harvey and Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, my.
Get the president.
Yeah, get the president of the United States. He'll get somebody.
I'll dig up next.
Yeah. Because Morty was trying to get it out of Fran what night I'm going to be on.
Yeah?
He was like, what night's he going to be on? What night's he going to be on?
She should have lied to him.
Yeah.
Lied to him? I haven't told Fran.
No, but she should have made something up.
She might have picked the right date.
Well, it kind of slipped out. She mentioned that I'm going to be on Wednesday night.
You're not Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that?
Yeah, that's what they told me.
Robin.
In fact, they invited me to go there with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mind, you know.
Yeah, I mind. All right, let me hear the rest of your press conference.
Right there. I'm not a very good dancer. But thank you. But good, insightful questions.
All right, so far, John has asked Jay 2 questions at the press conference. Number 1 question was, how much does Johnny Carson hate you? Why does Johnny Carson hate you? And the second one was, will you dance on Johnny's grave?
Yeah.
And
or
so
how
far,
much will you dance on
And Jay has spent a whole bunch of time talking about how much he loves everybody.
Yeah.
Questions. And how the hair plug's coming, okay? Good. Any questions? Did you actually write those down?
course, man.
Go ahead, what else?
Why don't you do Karnak and Aunt Blabby to help the ratings?
Well, we have some other characters. We're doing our own thing a little bit.
Is this part of the wild party of being in New York?
We'll be doing our own thing.
We'll be doing our own characters. What characters are those, Jay?
Mr. Chin Man.
Mr. Potato Head.
That was a good question.
Mr. Motorcycle Guy.
If you're doing...
Yes, the motorcycle repairman.
If you're doing the Tonight Show, just do Aunt Flabby.
Yeah, that's all the part of the Tonight Show franchise.
You just do Johnny's characters.
Aunt Blabby. It should be like that bozo thing, where you get all the words and everything.
Yeah, like...
clown, it's Aunt Blabby.
We spoke to Bozo from Boston yesterday. All you do is buy the Bozo costume, and you rent out all his bits.
Yeah.
And you get the laugh. That'd be funny.
Jay, why don't you do Aunt Blabby?
No, I'll do my... No, all right. It's Aunt Blabby. No, I'm going to do my stand-up comic character.
All right. There you go. Stand-up comic character.
I think that would be great if Jay started coming out with that little pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you. Yeah. Whoopee.
That's one.
Whoopee. That's a singer.
Whoopee.
Whoopee. Wizard of Whoopee. Amazing Bushkin.
Chicken.
The chicken. The rubber chicken. Hey, I got a fart. Anybody want to hear it?
No.
Yeah? All right.
I always get outvoted.
How come all the guys always say yeah and you say no?
She's in the other room.
Is that real?
No. Oh, man. And doesn't it smell like beans?
I don't smell it.
Oh, man.
Aye.
Now guess what he ate. No.
I've been eating kidney beans.
Thank you, Methane, nature's room clearer. Hey, I got an idea for a character.
What?
I'll do Chinac.
Chinac, yeah.
I'll tell the future with my chin.
Wrap a turban around
Elephant
your
head.
Hey, let me get through this press conference.
Larry Bud Leno.
Let me get through this.
Originality.
Larry Bud Leno. Let me get through this press conference because it's pretty funny.
Why are you holding... Oh, I see, to pick up the...
Oh, I see.
What's the big freaking deal about doing the show from New York?
Freaking, hang on, let me check my 60s dictionary. Freaking definition. Well, we haven't been here for a while. Actually, I started in New York. I was born here, grew up here for the first 9 years of my life, and
he was born everywhere.
And,
I thought he was from Boston.
Yeah,
I was born in Tulsa.
Oh, you were born in Tulsa?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I was born in Upper Sandusky, Ohio.
All right.
When we do the show from there.
to work all the clubs here. And it's different. It's exciting. Our staff hasn't... we have a lot of staff members who've never even been...
I can't listen to Jay Leno now. I'm thinking of Billy.
I'm hearing that.
I know.
Yeah, I never knew that was there.
Actually, my chin was born in New York, and the rest of me was born in Boston.
New York. Folks who grew up on the West Coast and work on the program, so they're going crazy, having a good time. We have a different set, which I like. Considering how it goes, I think we'll incorporate some of the things.
That's a whole big deal when you move the show. You have a different set.
Can I ask you a question?
Letterman had a pool behind him.
What possible difference does it make to the viewing audience that the people that work on the show haven't been to New York before?
I don't know.
Because they keep
But that's the thing that Jay doesn't get. And I've talked to him about it. I said, you got to understand something. The fact that your staff is excited to come to New York does the viewing audience no good.
No, it should be the people that are coming to the show haven't seen us out here.
We haven't heard that yet from him. He doesn't. He's thinking, well, we're all going to have a good time. I mean, all the people work on the show.
The pages haven't seen the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, the audiences have to have a good time.
Yeah.
Learn here and into putting a new set in Los Angeles at some point.
Wow.
Oh, so this is a tryout set.
Yeah, tryout set. Oh, the new set.
Come to New York to try out a set.
I know as a viewer, when I see a new set, I immediately tune in.
Different in New York than you would do it.
We're going to do different.
Hey, by the way, I'm doing something different for Jay's show when I go on.
Well, yeah, what is that?
Listen to this. I came up with this last night. Like, everyone kept coming up to me yesterday saying, what are you going to wear on the Tonight Show? I've become the new Cher. People want to know what I'm going to wear.
People are watching your dress.
Yeah, so I'm going to do an outfit change.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In the middle of the show?
In the middle of the show.
So you're wearing 2 outfits?
That's right. I'm going to do 2 outfits. I'm going to have a change after you come back from commercial.
Oh, no. I'll tune in just for that.
Yeah.
I got to see what you're wearing.
Yeah. I'm going to have a Bob Mackie dress on.
Bob Mackie dress.
We broadcasting mostly in Spanish. Thank you.
We're making love to your wife. Has she ever yelled out Letterman's name?
No, I don't believe so, sir. And she certainly hasn't yelled out your name. That's for sure.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The question before was, what are you going to do different in New York?
Yeah.
And he did not have an answer?
What was his answer?
He didn't have really much of an answer about anything. It was very...
He said we're going to do the show mostly in Spanish?
Yeah. He doesn't listen.
No, I listen. No, really. He just...
No, not you, Jay.
Oh, okay.
I don't listen either.
What?
What?
Well, it's like when the Today Show or the Good Morning America goes to some location. They don't do anything different.
Well, then he, might as well admit it. This is a
stupid idea.
Ploy.
Have you ever heard anyone's name yelled out? I assume in your case, it would have to be an extremely...
He got really insulted by that one.
Yeah.
When you're making love to Mavis, does she ever yell out the name Dave?
He just wanted to make fun of my genital size.
His short name.
Would you... Oh, Jay.
Well, let me hear that. Hey, he calls you to a press conference and he insults you?
Yelled out. I assume in your case, it would have to be an extremely short name.
Would you... Oh, Jay.
What is that?
Double entendre.
Well,
yeah.
Right over my head.
Me too. I wouldn't even get that.
It was a zinger.
He was referring to your penis?
Well, yeah, he goes, if anyone yelled out your name in bed, it would probably be a short name.
Yeah, but...
What does that mean?
Well, I'm not saying... I mean...
I don't know. I don't get it.
Everyone else got it.
That's one.
Zinger.
You gives it, you gets it.
What was that, Johnny?
You gives it, you gets it.
Yeah. I hate Johnny Carson with a passion.
Spritzo.
I always hated him. I can't believe that was Letterman's hero. That's that all about. Those 2 guys are like lovers, the way they talk about him in the press. That was Dave's boyhood hero growing up. Hey, where was Dave's dad in this mix?
For Johnny to sit in that chair.
Oh, my God. Johnny Stepman, get out, you old bag of bones, you stupid retard.
Thank you for keeping it warm.
Yeah. Go home and cry about how you ignored your kids.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Ricky. Golf swing. Ricky. I hardly knew ye.
Jody.
Don't worry.
My wife, Joanna.
Joanna, Nebraska. Kit Carson, my grandfather. I'm going to be an old monkey from Nebraska like them.
Do we have enough time, Freddie?
Johnny's turning into a monkey.
Simian.
Regressing. Planet of the Apes.
Did Letterman throw him peanuts? The evolutionary.
I always let him want to take Johnny and throw him out of... That's what it's just throw him through that stupid imaginary window and have that sound effect of the glass breaking.
Glass breaking.
I want my cage cleaned.
Hey, Johnny, get the F off my show, you old codger.
Can I have a banana?
Big moron. You stupid ingrate.
Johnny, it's time.
You miserable old man.
Where's my cigarette box?
Well, did I hit my mark?
Don Rickles took my cigarette box. I have to go get it.
Rickles broke my cigarette box.
Rickles.
I shall cram him.
We use Tiny Tim up and then we throw him out.
Follow me with that camera. I'm going to get Rickles to pay for my box.
Rickles. Dick Sean is with us tonight.
One of the funniest men, Shecky Green.
Sean. Jonathan
Barbuti.
Pete Marbooney.
Pete Marbooney.
Jack Douglas and Ray Cole.
What was that word that he used to say? Puberty. Puberty.
And everybody thinks it's poinsettia, but it is poinsettia.
Yeah, correct me again, you anal retentive nitwit.
Every year.
Take the mic off here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good. What other questions did you write down?
Hey, Jay, would you ever have a live execution on The Tonight Show in a desperate attempt to beat Letterman?
If you've seen some of the shows, we have had live executions. Yeah, we've had a few that came very, very close.
Jay, you must be sick of being interviewed. Do you have any questions for me?
No, actually I don't. Surprisingly, I don't. Yes, Jeannie.
Has he recognized you yet?
Yeah, not this point he has to. I mean,
he has to.
He doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it still doesn't sound like it does.
Yeah.
Because I had my hair tucked in my shirt.
The Mets and how the Mets hit on you in the locker room.
Well, they didn't hit on me. I don't want to wind up in the advocate here. There's Leno. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, Jay, why don't you try wearing a Letterman mask for ratings?
Why don't I try wearing a Letterman? I don't know if they're available, sir, but I will certainly check it out.
Oh, yeah.
You are so nervy.
He's looking at the door now.
Wear a Letterman mask.
Jay, what brings you to New York, the traffic or the foreigners?
The what?
What brings you to New York, the traffic or the foreigners?
Actually, in the cab, both. That was a good one. Yes. Sure.
I'm Nikki Shelton. I'm over to introduce myself.
Yeah, hi, Nikki.
From New Rochelle, New York.
That's where I was born.
And everybody there.
I thought he was just born in...
Well, New Rochelle now.
Oh.
He's moving around.
New York, New Rochelle, and Boston, so far.
Where else were you born, Jay?
Hong Kong, China.
It took a lot.
Wait a minute, no, I was born in Perth, Australia.
You know what it is? Jay wants to badly make friends with everyone, so he's born
from
everywhere. He's from everywhere.
Venus.
What do you say?
And what is with that reporter giving her name? I'm so-and-so from New Rochelle. I introduced myself before.
Yeah. I mean,
so?
I am your highness.
You're a long way from home, sailor.
Me so tiny.
Oh, well, thanks. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Local New Rochelle library. I will leave information on it. They will get Sunday. I love to do it.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Well, thanks, thanks.
Weird.
Thanks.
Yeah, right.
What do you think Jay has more of, viewers or reporters?
Viewers.
I went to Trinity School.
Yeah, I went to that school.
What, does he have an atlas with him?
Your hometown is...
Damn, my rabbi was from Trinity School. Oh, I didn't know you were Jewish. Yeah, I'm Jewish. Sure.
Studied German there.
Yeah. All you Jews, a lot of Jews in New York, right? I'm Jewish.
Whatever you want me to be, I will be. I went to every school. I'm every religion. I'm male and female.
And I'm black.
And what's the idea of this guy coming in here and saving my press conference?
Oh, good. Oh, well, thanks. Yes, sir, yes.
Jay.
The New York Times, yes.
Jay.
Bill Carter, New York Times, yes, go ahead.
Jay, let's try word association.
All right.
Letterman.
A friend.
Ratings.
Pretty good.
Carson.
Nice guy.
New York.
Fun city.
Helen.
No comment.
Man, he thought he was getting in here.
As the reporters get nervous laughter.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Can't believe he's doing word association. Jay's a good guy, man. Jay really is a good guy.
He is a great
He's putting up with you.
He's unbelievable.
He really is a good guy.
I'm bulletproof.
Yeah.
Sex.
Fun city.
Karnak.
Very funny.
Stern.
Fun city.
Fart.
Stern.
Top 10.
Very funny.
Jay, but you're not upset that, that Carson's going on Letterman doesn't bother you?
No, Johnny and David had a relationship long before I came along. They both have a similar background. Dave filled in for his show many times.
Yeah, so did you. So why's Johnny burning you? Because Johnny's a peckerhead who just, you can't do anything right.
Yeah, he could just stay out of it if he...
David, kiss me. Yucca. Yucca puck.
Hockey punk. Hockey punk.
Hi-yo.
Is that the end of the press conference? Or?
Well, no, he's still answering the question. I don't know if you want to hear it.
I'm getting embarrassed.
No, would I love to have Johnny on the Tonight Show? Sure, I think that would be great. But as I said before, in lieu of those of you, I'm sure, all read Bill Carter's book, in lieu of all the things that went down and whatnot, I think Johnny has handled himself as a perfect gentleman. He's a terrific guy. He's always been very nice to me. No, I don't have any problem with it at all. I mean, everybody has their favorites. I think Carson generally likes David and probably prefers David. That's fine. I mean, come on. I mean, we all have people we like better than somebody else, and that's fine. And I think he handles it very well, and I think he's very gracious, and he's able to go on David and have...
Could his voice have gotten any higher at that one point?
Yeah, truthfully, you want to know about Johnny? Johnny is a load. I hope his ninth wife sets him on fire and pees on his ashes.
Good.
Frig that load. He's a load.
That's how you answer. There you go.
Ah, the new Jay.
Fun and look good without making it look like, oh, it's a slap in the face to the other guy. I don't have any problem with it at all. Yes? Yeah, I thought it was pretty accurate. A little expensive.
That's the whole book thing. Is that it? Or
That's pretty much it. And then just say take care. And then when I say take care, he says, hey, say hi to Howard from me. So I guess at some point.
Oh, finally he did.
He did realize who you were.
At first I know he didn't, but at some point. I was really hiding from
I guess that book was pretty accurate. That's what Jay said.
Yeah, Jay says it's accurate.
He did hide in a closet.
Yeah. I think that was the coolest thing you could have done.
Promo that book.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, Stuttering John, good job.
Thanks.
Good job on your new album, of course, that's out there.
Can I just plug something?
Okay.
I'm going to be on Conan on Thursday night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Stuttering John on Conan O'Brien. Will you be playing?
No, man. I'd like to, but...
Then what's the point?
Because they said they have Marshall Crenshaw booked and the...
Marshall Crenshaw?
Yeah.
No offense to Marshall. I think it's
Wouldn't you rather hear him interview?
I know.
Yeah.
Nobody talks to Marshall.
Interview Crenshaw. What you want?
Yeah, they said they want me on the panel. So whatever.
What?
You know, they want me sitting next to Conan. So
yeah, so you and Conan can get some stuff going.
Conan, he keeps.
Conan, right? Is it Conan or Conan?
Who knows?
But he's gonna play the video.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he will play your video, a portion of it.
Yeah, I hope
Tell him to play the whole damn video.
Sit there and look at him while he...
You know what's funny? Like, Conan is sitting there and, like, you know, like preparing this show, and he won't have John play. No one's watching the whole friggin' show.
Have everybody play. Have 25 different musicians. What's the big deal?
Conan has no rating. Let the guy play. Who cares?
I thought if they let me play...
I could see Letterman or Leno saying, oh, my God, I got to plan out every second because, after all, it's a ratings war. I can't have John up there playing. Maybe some people won't like it. Some people...
Conan, break the rules.
Conan, go watch. Have Marshall Crenshaw and Stuttering John play at the same time.
That's right. Have a jam session.
A jam session.
Just sit there like Mike Douglas and have everybody sing.
Yeah, do something weird.
I was trying hard. I even spoke to the producer going, come on, just have the band on, you know? It'll be like...
Who is the producer of that mess?
Jeff Ross. And then he's like, nah, John, we really want you on the panel, and Marshall Crenshaw's booked. And
NBC really got a winner lineup. And then Greg Kinnear. Greg Kinnear is not beating an infomercial. People think I'm joking.
Have you checked lately?
Yeah.
But I see or hear nothing about that show. Nobody ever says, did you hear what happened on the Greg Kinnear show or see what happened on the Greg Kinnear show?
Yeah, well, he's a big talent. Then I saw Paramount is frantically looking for someone to replace Arsenio, and they came up with Jon Stewart from MTV. This guy's had a talk show for 2 weeks. He's been on MTV. They don't know what to do. People don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. These talk shows. A nightmare.
Please, why do you need a replacement for Arsenio?
Yeah, let it die.
They asked Jay about Arsenio.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he says, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I like him. No, he's a really great guy. He's a wonderful man, and he's very funny.
I actually read a comment that Jay said about Arsenio the other day. He said he's gracious. I think he handled himself very well. I'd like to see him come on my show and, let's make up.
I couldn't get any ratings, so I think I'll boost mine with having him on.
Jay would have been Jay would have been a great Jew in Germany. We're like, hey, you want me to go in the oven? Hey, this is what they want me to do.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, listen.
Which camp do you want me to report to?
They have an agenda. It's Auschwitz.
Auschwitz? No, Sobibor is actually a little better vista. Hitler was a sweetheart.
All right, we got to take.
How was the train ride? It was fine.
Hey, we were a little cramped, but hey, listen, it's
I didn't have a problem with it.
It's wartime. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll be.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, thanks.
No, wait.
We'll be back. Right after this.
Come on.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
And Jackie Joke Man, I want to tell you that you can order his Wild Comedy CD, $10 plus free shipping and handling. Price includes full-color Jokeland catalog, 1-800-323-5464. Friday night, May 27th at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's Jackie. For information and dirty jokes, call 516-922-WINE. Let's take a couple of phone calls. Cleveland, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right. Lower that radio.
Okay. It's off.
You're on the air. You got it back on.
He turned it up again. What's the problem?
Albany. John wants to get a plug in. Go ahead.
Yeah, Howard. Howard, I'm calling from Albany.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I bought tickets to the Joke Man's deal. Next.
Hey, that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, well, look, I want the Joke Man to play golf with me and my buddy.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, look.
He probably would, too.
We have to save Jackie from that.
What's your plug, John?
This Friday night I'm going to be at the Cell Block in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. I'll be signing records at the Tower Records in South Philly in the afternoon, and I'll be in Saratoga Winners and Albany on Saturday night. There you go. What? You didn't understand one word I said, did you?
No, absolutely.
Cell Block Friday night. Philly.
All right, very good.
Thank you very much.
All right, get out of here. All right. I was in here telling me how MTV won't play his video. He's crying. I go, hey,
He wasn't even on Headbangers Ball?
Yeah, it was. It was.
One time. I said,
no, it was on again.
Oh, was it? I said, hey, idiot, why don't you tell your record company to go in there and talk turkey to those guys? Go in and say, hey, listen, the MTV must buy 100 commercials a year here to promote various things. If they put you on, a lot of people would tune in just to see it. They're looking to get audience. I don't know. Somebody should be pitching
Nobody knows how to get audience anymore.
John's trying to convince him that it's a funny video and it's a good song. I go, that's irrelevant whether it's good.
He wants to go play for them.
Yeah.
In their office.
Yeah, good luck. Nitwit. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Howard?
Go yell at your record company.
Yeah, no. That's actually a good idea.
They don't care if your record's a hit or not. They just go on to the next thing. Get out.
No, they care.
Yeah, sure they care. Yeah, they're all worried about you.
You want me to leave?
Yeah.
All right.
Not enough. You did a good Leno. Good Leno and a good album. Stuttering John. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Howard.
Yeah.
Howard?
Yes. Howard. Yeah.
You said something yesterday I have to disagree with. You were talking about... You were talking about most people in America that their gums aren't healthy because they don't stimulate them.
Their what?
Gums.
Their gums aren't healthy.
So what is the problem?
Well, gums don't need stimulation. People just have to remove the plaque.
Okay. Retard. What a frigging retard. You're on the air in Washington.
Yes, hey.
Yeah.
Howard, I was wondering, when are you going to Minnesota?
Yeah. Next, we're going. Listen,
you were saying you were going to Minnesota.
No, I never said I was going to Minnesota.
I heard you're going to go to Minneapolis about 6 months ago.
No, I never said I'm going to Minneapolis. I told you that I was on a roll. I started something called syndication in morning radio. As soon as I started it, the FCC came down on my ass. They tried to stop the spread of Howard Stern. I have them quoted in newspaper articles saying it. They have gone out of their way. I'm on in Orlando, so by some miracle I'm on in Orlando. I don't know how. But I guess the station we're on was getting their ass kicked so bad in the morning that they finally put me on. Because I'm the only one. I'm the destroyer. And the guys I'm up against in Orlando have been stealing from me for the last 5 years. Blatant thieves.
Well, I'm sure you do good in Minnesota.
So, yes, I'm sure I do good there, too. But I just explained something to you. There's censorship in this country. They don't want me doing business. There is communism when it comes to me. The government controls my industry. We're not allowed to have free enterprise. And where this Clinton is, I back that schkaboza, and I don't hear a word from him. Thanks, pal.
Yeah, he's right down the street from me. I was downtown rollerblading a couple months ago and almost ran him over.
Yeah. Who, Clinton?
Yeah.
Now lock your sister in the house. All right. Where is my pal?
You're not among the majority of people who don't think the president is guilty of sexual harassment.
I campaigned for this guy. I do the whole thing, man. Gave him my heart. Bastard. Burns me. Sitting there helping Barbara Streisand. Big old hook nose.
Yeah. What does he help Barbara Streisand?
That Harry Bloodworth Tomlinson. He's setting up an office in his White House. That's great. Getting a hard on for all these celebrities.
All of them but you.
Yeah. I'm so evil. I'm such a horrible influence. That's what they worry about.
I didn't even know if you saw what I saw in the paper yesterday. I didn't point it out to you.
What was it?
I don't know if I don't want to say it on the air. I would say it to you off the air.
It's that bad, huh?
It'll really upset you.
Okay, I tell you what. Tell me. I'll turn on your microphone. Tell me in the headphones so the audience can't hear. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I didn't bring it up because it upset me too much.
I know.
That's wonderful. That evil piece of garbage.
How could you eat?
What is it?
Mr. Leno's on the phone.
All right, the real Jay Leno's on the phone.
Yeah.
Jay? It's Howard.
Hey, hello, this is Billy West. Hey, how you doing?
Come on, he does a good impression of you.
Hey, what's going on here? How you guys doing? Hey, Howard. Hey.
Yeah, Billy, talk to Jay.
Now, wait a minute, Jay.
Hey, that sound like Bud Friedman.
Yeah, a little bit.
At the
What's up, Howard?
Hey, meanwhile, Jay, you really owe me.
What do you need, a couple of bucks?
No, come on, huh?
No, thanks for coming on. You know I appreciate it.
You're damn right. Hey, let me tell you something, boy. You don't know how rough it's been on my end.
And why? From what?
I wonder if Jay would have done the same for me. You know, because Jay was strictly... Before he took over the Tonight Show, he was a regular guest on Letterman.
Yes.
As I was. And Jay had even more time on Letterman. You know,
sure, Letterman used to feature him very prominently.
So, you know, you had been asking me... Jay's people really do... They asked me for 4 months to come on, which I think is fine. Finally, I say yes. The day I say yes, I get a call from Letterman. Have you heard this whole story?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, bits and pieces, yeah.
And, you know, people might think that this is like a funny thing, but I got to tell you something. It is brutal.
It's agonizing.
It is agonizing.
Hey, welcome to show business.
Yeah, no kidding. But, you know,
You told me show business was fun, Jack.
Bob Morton sent me a ripped-up Rolodex card with my name and number on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, listen to this. So Jay had been calling and calling and calling, and I said, hey, wait a second. They even went as far as to send the producer down to my agent's office to say, hey, Howard's got to help us out. Please do it.
Really?
Yes, they did. And I said, you know what? Jay's been a good guy to me. Why shouldn't I do it? Letterman hasn't called me.
Yeah, do you see Letterman on the phone?
No one's calling me. Jay's calling me. He obviously wants me to go. I'll go on. Why not? I'll help Jay out. Jay's a good guy. So I go on.
Jay's coming to New York. We don't know why. So
right.
I'll do the show.
Hey, Jay, what the hell are you doing with this New York?
Oh, did you see us last night? We had a great show.
Did you?
Yeah, it really was a good show.
Well, the question is...
Who was on last night?
Who was on?
Jack Parr came on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That was funny. I read about it today. Jack Parr.
Oh, what did you read about it? I didn't read anything.
It's all over the papers.
I must have gotten the early paper.
Got a big picture of you and Jack Parr making out.
Wait, what paper? I didn't see it. I got a paper at 6 o'clock this morning, wasn't it?
So, in other words, Johnny hugs Letterman, and you get Jack Parr to hug you.
Now, did Johnny hug Letterman?
Well, he didn't hug him, but...
Jack Parr sit in your seat.
That's right. It's unbelievable. And Jay, did you stay awake for Jack Parr's whole appearance?
You know something? He was great. Howard, he was really funny. Get the tape if you...
That guy, I would have asked him this. I would have said, you know something, Jack, why are you such a nervous chicken? I said, you know, it's unbelievable. You had the Tonight Show.
Pressure I'm under.
Yeah, Jay's under pressure. Jack Parr had the Tonight Show. The idiot could have sat there for the next 25 years.
But he didn't want to. He
didn't want to.
He made his money, and he's you know, he has a great life. He enjoys himself. He takes it easy.
Yeah, he takes it easy.
He's watching his kinescopes every day.
You know what? Edgar Rosenberg takes life no less easy than Jack Parr.
Howard. Big difference.
It's unbelievable. But it was good you got Jack Parr out. You guys got to go get Steve Allen real quick.
I think Jay's going to have them all on. Every other person who hosted the Tonight Show.
We're looking for Buddy Lester now.
Let me tell you something, Jay. So then Bob Morton and everyone else starts in. What are you doing, Jay Leno, for? What are you doing, Leno, for? Come on, what are you doing? I said, listen, I said yes to the guy. You guys haven't called me. I don't know when you want me on. You call me up 3 days before and you want me on. Jay called me. He scheduled an appearance. I'm not going to go back and tell Jay no just because you guys want me now. And if that's it, if I'm out of favor, then I'm out of favor. I'm going crazy from you two guys. I'm
like having another girlfriend.
Yeah, like I'm caught. Yeah.
Well, Howard, we take you to the prom. We take you out before. We take you out after. So you go where you're treated best.
Hey, this time when I'm on, I'm not telling the day that I'm on because if we do...
I don't even know the day.
Good. Let me just say something. This time, don't be so combative with me.
Are you going to sit and talk this time?
Hey, let's have a conversation on the show.
All right, we'll have a conversation.
Hey, I want to do a costume change. I want to be the first guest in the commercial to actually come out and wear a different outfit.
Oh, whatever you want to.
You don't care, right?
I don't care.
Hell, Jay's easy going.
He's going to be like the Diana Ross of talk shows.
Jay would let me. Jay, let me sit in your chair and let me interview you.
How about changing while you're on the set?
No, I don't think so. And now, whose idea was it first to travel to the different coasts? Wasn't it your idea first?
Well, we announced first, and I said, why don't we go to New York?
And now it looks like you're
following Letterman's lead.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know who's handling the Tonight Show. I'm telling you, you announced too early.
Yeah, man. You know, who cares?
And then you should have taken your...
Howard, but you worry too. You know, you run your own race. You just do what you do.
Right.
Fine. People want to say one thing and the other. Whatever you want.
I know you won't say this, but I know secretly inside you agree with me. Johnny is such a rat bastard. He is, and I'll tell you why he's a rat bastard.
No, you know I disagree. I'll tell you why I disagree.
I know you're uncomfortable with this, but I'm going to tell you something. No, let me say my piece.
Go ahead.
See, because you're getting combative already.
He has obviously sided with Letterman. And let me tell you something. As a member of the audience,
they were friends long before I came on the scene.
And meanwhile, you took over the Tonight Show for him. You kept the ratings up for him. You did a wonderful service for the guy. And let me tell you something. He's a real schivose. I don't mind that he goes on Letterman. If he wants to go on Letterman first, he could go on your show, too, and not play favorites. What is with this guy? I couldn't give a rat's ass as a viewer which show Johnny approves of and which one he disapproves of. Let me tell you something. This Johnny has been given way too much power by people in the industry. This son of a bitch is sitting there on the West Coast with that young wife. He's sitting there sunning himself with the liver spots. And he's sitting,
I think I'll endorse Dave, but I won't say anything. I'll just walk out.
I can't talk.
I can't talk. But, I mean, who gives a rat's ass if he talks? Why do you think people wanted him off the air? They were sick of looking at his ugly face.
They were applauding so loud because he wasn't talking.
Howard, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
You're rambling, Howard.
No, I'm not. Say it. And you know I'm right.
No, I disagree with you.
Oh, you love Johnny.
Yeah, you know something? I'll tell you something, Howard.
What?
But all the stuff that went down on the Tonight Show and the way things were handled.
You did nothing.
And I thought he was a gentleman and a class act throughout it all.
When was the last time you talked to him?
No, he was.
He didn't wish you luck.
Last time I talked to him was about 9 months ago.
9 months.
Yeah, probably. The American Teacher Awards, whenever that was.
Oh, you talked to him there?
At an award show.
Yeah, but we talked backstage, and he was very nice, and he was very gracious. And,
really?
You know, Howard, at any point he could have come out and said something nasty or done something, whatever.
No.
I mean, he and Dave had a relationship long before.
No, they didn't.
But,
they didn't.
You don't forget
Dave
David.
was a guest on the show.
But David was hosting.
Jay, you had the same exact relationship with Johnny that Dave did.
No, Dave was hosting. Dave hosted the show back in 78 or 79 when I was just occasionally on as a guest. And they had similar backgrounds, and they sort of did things together, went out to dinner and hung out.
Ridiculous.
And they had a better relationship.
You know why you didn't have a relationship? Because you were busy there keeping his ratings up. That's a relationship.
No, this was long before I was ever on the show.
Let me tell you something, Jay. I swear to you, this guy is a rat. A rat think he treats you the way he treated his sons.
No, Howard.
It's a non-relationship.
Howard.
Jay.
No, I gotta disagree with you.
Jay, you don't even know. You don't know anything about it.
How would I know? I'm here. You always put me in this position, but then I say, I'm hosting the show. I got the show.
You got the show. God bless you.
I know.
Now, are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Good. Let me tell you something. Johnny treats you like wife number 5. You understand what I'm saying?
No, Howard.
He loved you, and then he hates you.
Howard, Jane, just move on to the next subject.
All right, next topic.
Wife number 3, don't you? Wife number 5 is moving up.
I don't know. And I'll tell you something. I'm going to finish it, okay? I just want to end this. Whatever Jay says, I do not forgive Johnny for the way he treats Jay.
Right.
Jay happens to be a decent man. He's been so nice
move on
to
the next subject.
But if you ever got a talk show, would you have Johnny Carson as a guest?
Would I?
Yes.
Sure I would. Why wouldn't I? Why would I not have him on?
And I'm sure he'd be thrilled to go on.
He'd be yaka poo.
Anyway, Jay.
What else?
So who's on the show tonight?
Tonight is Cindy Crawford.
Oh, that's a piece of ass.
And Julio Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias?
Oh, that's a piece of ass, too.
I guess.
Howard, get a table last night's show and see what you think.
Hey, let's change the subject. Seinfeld. You laughing about Shoshana Lonstein, or is it you still?
Come on, have you and Jay? I mean, you and Jerry had double dated since she came into
Mavis
life?
have a lot in common with her.
No.
Come on, you and Jerry used to spend a lot of time together. Where's Jerry now?
Yeah, does Jerry still hang out at your house for comedy
I don't see anybody anymore because I'm doing the show all the time.
No, but wait a second. You have writing sessions over your house, and Jerry used to come by.
No, Jerry only came by once or twice.
So you and Jerry aren't friends anymore?
Oh, sure, we're good friends.
You are
You
friends?
talk to him?
Oh, sure.
You say, how's that 17-year-old?
Yeah, but come on. Do you ever talk about the, his...
You know something? I tell you, Jerry's a decent guy. He really likes this woman. They get along fine.
Really?
He doesn't, I tell you, if he was the kind of guy that was going out and fooling around and whatnot when she was out of town, but he's not. When
come on, you got to admit it's funny. There's some humor in it.
He gave her a beeper.
I don't know what he got. I don't know. But I know he's genuinely a decent guy who really cares for this woman.
I know, but listen to from a comedic standpoint, Jerry Seinfeld gave her a beeper so he can beep her a college.
Howard, I heard this from you. I don't know.
Come on. We know guys who go to college with. He beeps her in the middle of the classes. How come no one finds this funny? Of course it's funny.
You can't laugh because it's Jerry.
If it was anyone else, it would be nightly monologue fodder.
Yeah. Well,
you guys, I got to tell you something, Jay.
What now, Howard?
You got to take the gloves off. Let's do it.
What are we doing now?
Do jokes like, hey, let's
Have you heard Jerry West do Blue Jay?
Well, yeah, you haven't seen my Evil Jay. We do that a lot on the show.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Jay.
We'll do that this week. See, Evil Jay is where I get the chance to do all the jokes I couldn't normally.
Evil Jay. Wait, here comes Evil Jay into the room. Hi, Evil Jay.
Hi, this is Evil Jay. Two Jews walk into an oven.
Come on, Evil Jay. Come on, give us a joke, will you? Give us an evil joke, Jay.
An evil joke.
All right, let's do some...
Okay, here you go.
Wait. Here's the real Jay.
Hey, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I guess you heard Kurt Cobain commit suicide, shot himself. Out of force of habit, the White House went out, cleaned out his office.
Oh.
Now that's good. That's the
mean joke. See, that's a joke I couldn't normally do.
All right, let's do some simple math. What's 40 into 17?
What?
Jerry and Shoshana.
Oh, that's what a lame.
Evil Jay said it. It's good.
Lame.
Wait, here comes Evil Jay.
Anybody heard this? This is a true story. Jerry and Shoshana are celebrating her first period.
Come on, that's good. You don't like Evil Jay.
Lame.
Good Jay doesn't like Evil Jay.
Lame.
Excuse me?
Next subject. Move on to the next subject.
All right.
Jay's getting uncomfortable. Even evil Jay is uncomfortable.
Evil Jay is uncomfortable. All Jays are uncomfortable. Jay, listen to me.
What now?
I want to welcome you to New York.
Thanks, Howard.
I think it's fabulous.
Where are you staying? We can have people come over and visit you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Letterman never does that. It's terrible, isn't it? This rivalry thing. I mean, it's killing you. Jay is.
It's not killing me, Howard. I'm doing fine.
No, listen to me.
We're not talking about the ratings. We're talking about personally inside.
Jay is used to going to comedy clubs. And let's face it, Jay is the premier comic.
He's a good
Anyone
comedian.
who ever saw Jay Leno in a comedy club, he is the king of the comedy club.
That's right.
Letterman even admits it. When he first saw...
and Jay had that reputation. Remember, there was a time when Jay got nothing but positive press.
That's right.
He was the king of the
suddenly
comedy club.
Jay has to go into this late-night wars. Well, the comics don't go into these wars. All of a sudden, he's thrown into this. It's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable, Jay.
Well, yeah, but if you like the game...
Really?
Yeah, I like the game, and it's fun. I mean, this week in New York is great.
He is a genuinely good guy.
Is it true that you and Branford don't get along?
It is true. And you want to know something?
No way.
Yes, I happen to know that for a fact.
Well, what are you talking about?
Branford
we get along
like
fine.
Jay.
Let me tell you something. If Branford was not comfortable, he would be gone. If Branford didn't like it, he would be gone. One thing about Branford, he doesn't hang around if things aren't the way he wants them. And no, we get along terrific. I have no problem with
Every
Branford.
time I have Branford on, he tells me he's leaving. I don't know. Where he's going to. Like he's going to go back to those stupid jazz clubs for $10 a night.
Well, no. Branford can have whatever he wants.
He's an ingrate. Wait till I see him.
You're going to take care of him.
When I go on the Tonight Show, I'm going to yell at him. I'm going to yell at him for being an ingrate.
Do whatever you want, Howard.
Hey, is Branford dating white women now, or is he, what's going on? He is?
I saw a picture. Now, I can't say for sure he's dating this woman, but
Yeah.
I did see him at some opening
Yes.
with a white woman.
Now, Jay, what's the inside story?
I have no idea.
Jay, come on, you know.
No, I don't know. I met his girlfriend, but she's black.
Oh, she is black.
Yeah.
He didn't get the prize.
But I don't care what he does. Whatever he does is fine.
Prize, Howard.
You know, the white prize.
Oh, you.
Jay?
Yes, what else?
Now, who are some of the other big guests? I see Cindy Crawford. I hope she wears something good. You know what I mean?
Well, she's trying to squelch all those rumors, so I think she will.
You know what's amazing?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're going to ask her if she's gay? That's what...
How much is she paying you for this appearance?
Yeah, I'll ask her. I'll ask her tonight.
You know, you ask her. Say, hey, what's this with you being gay?
I'll ask her if you want.
Let the evil Jay come out.
That's right.
Let it come out. Let her ask lesbian questions. Ask her all kind of things.
All right, I'll ask her.
So is Richard Gere your beard?
Yeah, say it just like that. Jay, say, is Richard Gere your beard?
Nobody will know what that means, Howard.
Oh, they'll know. Believe me, those hicks that you play to aren't that dumb. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'll tell you something. You know what you ought to do? You ought to lean over and look close and see if the hairs grow out of that mole of hers on her face. So you ought to pluck those hairs out.
Now let me smell your breath. Tuna.
Howard, this is the stupidest interview.
Is it really?
We're not even interviewing. You're just talking. I'm another listener.
I thought you would enjoy it.
I'm just sitting here with the radio.
Raining heavily.
All right, listen to me. Jay.
What now?
I congratulate you on your trip to New York. I believe it'll be very successful.
Has been so far.
I happen to believe that when things level out, the Tonight Show and the Letterman Show, once they level out, you will see. The ratings will depend on who the guests are. I'm telling you.
I think so.
That's exactly how this game works.
Yeah, you know, the idea is just to keep staying in the game.
Staying in the game, you're playing it, just go.
You got rid of Arsenio.
That's all.
He said he was going to kick your ass, but he's gone.
Does he look like a jackass or what?
Arsenio's okay.
And remember, you owe me.
Oh,
you know what the pressure is like when Morty starts in and ripping up your Rolodex card. You know what it's like. And
well, how would you go with who treats you the best, right?
And Fran Shea says to me yesterday, I'd like to see you do Letterman. I said, I'm still willing to do Letterman, but Jay called me first. I'm not going to be some kind of a-hole and turn Jay down.
Hey, you know, anybody can do, people say, if you ask any act, I don't care who does anything.
You don't care what show we do.
I don't care what show anybody does. I ask people to come on my show, whatever they do, before or after. I mean, obviously, you don't want somebody on the day before.
Right. Hey, Jay.
But I'll give you an example. Eddie Murphy's on Dave, I think, Friday. He's on with me Monday. I have no problem with that.
That's
you know, I had Dana Carvey first this year. I had Robin first. That's okay. It doesn't matter.
And Eddie Murphy can sit there and not say anything like he normally does.
No, he's been pretty good with me.
Yeah, he's wonderful. If you get a word out of the guy, he's doing you a favor. What the hell happened to him? He used to be funny.
When's he going to go back to stand-up?
Yeah, when's he going to go back to stand-up?
I'll ask him.
Good, there you go.
When are you going to go back to stand-up?
Hey, Jay?
Yeah?
You can say it now. Morty is still a page underneath it all, right?
Scratch the surface.
Scratch the surface, he's still a page.
I haven't talked to Morty in a while. I should give him a call.
Yeah, they don't like you anymore.
Hey, welcome to show business, Howard.
Yeah, well, that just shows your friends are fickle. All right, listen to me. You obviously need your rest. What time are you taping?
Do you talk to Letterman at all?
No, I haven't talked to him in a long time. The last time I talked to him was just about cars, and that was a while ago.
Yeah, Letterman's pissed.
Since you took over the Tonight Show, you haven't talked to him?
Yeah, like it's Jay's fault.
Oh, no, I've talked to him since I took over the show.
Yeah?
When did you talk to him?
And don't forget, I was on Letterman after I got the Tonight Show.
Is that right?
Yeah, Dave was fine. I mean, when I premiered, he put me on.
How bad is Conan? How long do you think that fiasco is going to last?
Actually, it's doing okay.
Oh.
It's gotten better.
Greg Kinnear can't even beat an infomercial.
No, he's doing okay.
Whenever I get down, I track Greg Kinnear's rating.
Just to make yourself feel better?
The fair-haired boy. He's going to be. They said, well, we're grooming him to replace Conan. I go, well, you know what? Conan's a prize compared to Greg Kinnear.
No, I think, but aren't Kinnear's numbers higher than Costas was at the same time?
No.
I think they are.
It's not Kinnear. It's Greg Cannot. You know that his is the only show on that's. I tracked his ratings one night. There was a commercial. What would I tell you it was for, Robin?
Oh, geez.
It was for a paintbrush.
Right, that paintbrush that you loaded with the paint.
Yeah, he beat them by 0.2 of a point. That's the only show he beat. A rerun of a movie that I'd seen 900 times beat him.
I don't know. I'll have to check that out, Howard.
Let me tell you, at least you say you're enjoying yourself, as long as the pressure's not getting to you.
Howard, I'm having a great time. Does it look like it getting to me?
I mean, you're a nice guy. I don't want to see you hurt.
Nah, don't worry about me, Howard. I'm fine. I look better. I'm in good shape. Run every day, work out.
You think Letterman has ever enjoyed himself at all?
He seems to be enjoying himself now.
No, I don't know. Hey, what do you mean you're working out?
I work out every day.
Really? You've gotten heavier, if you ask me.
No, I lost 12 pounds, Howard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Jay put on a bit of weight.
A little bit.
He was eating like crazy.
I did, but I lost it about a month and a half ago.
You did?
So I feel good.
What are you doing, aerobics?
No, I do work with weights for 45 minutes and I run for an hour.
You go to a gym?
Well, no, I got to set up over at the studio.
Whoa.
That's what happens when you host, Howard. You get what you want.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
it's his show.
Why don't I have weights here?
You do. It's Tom.
You got a lot of dead weight there.
You're not kidding. You got that right. All right, Jay, listen, I know you got a busy day planned.
All righty, Howard.
After all, you have to tape a show for an hour.
And I'm running over to do Regis.
Oh,
no.
Ugh. I mean, I guess that's the price you have to pay for having your own show.
Well, say hello to Kathy Lee for us.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Do me a favor. Just mention my name to her and she'll go ballistic.
All righty, Howard.
You want to know she runs out of the room crying?
Just lean over during the show and say, "Oh, Howard Stern said to say hello."
Well, we'll see about that.
What are you going to ask me on the Tonight Show when I appear? Are you going to be combative?
I wasn't combative.
You were. You were like trying
combative,
to...
Howard.
Combative, rather. Sorry.
No, Howard. What do you want me to do, Howard?
I mean, you know what happened the last time. You were like shot out of a cannon.
It was great last time.
No, but it was like you were like... You came on real...
Let Howard speak for... at least let him get the words out.
Yeah, ask me a question,
him.
but, then I don't mind if you attack me, but wait till I answer the question.
All righty, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you were out to prove something.
You were pulling
time.
money out. You were betting. You were doing everything.
You were out of your mind.
But it was fun.
You were like wild.
But it was fun.
All right.
All righty, Howard.
All right, listen, Jay. Good luck with Regis and Kathy Lee.
Okay, you guys.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Steal a pair of panties for me from her.
All right, bye-bye.
You know what I'm saying? The great Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
He calls in. Nice guy. I'm going to light his desk on fire.
I haven't heard. Have they charged Bob Goldthwait with anything yet?
Well, all I know is Bobcat Goldthwait was supposed to be on our show Monday, if anyone was paying attention. And you notice he didn't show up?
No.
So then his publicist called, the very small Glenn Schwartz.
What did he say?
Bobcat's still he's sort of on the lam.
Has he gone to the mattress?
Well, what happened is
to say in The Godfather?
the fire department of Los Angeles is pressing charges, and he's still trying to talk his way out of it. So it wouldn't be a good idea if he came on the show. But he promises as soon as he's out of trouble, he'll come on our show first.
Oh, he really is.
Yeah. It's like a whole nightmare. He lit a chair on fire as a goof. They put it out.
The joke?
Jay put it out with a glass of water. Everyone's panicking now.
The land of earthquakes.
Yeah. The guy lit a chair on fire.
Well, they said, there was a whole audience full of people there.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. You ever seen the people who wait online for the Tonight Show? If we lost all of them, it would be no great loss.
Oh, Howard.
Fine.
We were in that audience once.
I've seen scary audiences at Disney World. Let me take a break, Rob. We'll be back right after this. Free. 1-800-52-TIGER. Free. Free.
Howard Stern Show.
Free. Free.
Free!
Did someone say
Free!
All right. All right. I have so many notes in my computer, things I want to read to you. We got to talk to Doug over in Cleveland a little bit later on.
Oh, you actually are going to do that?
Yeah. I know. Someone's got to do it. Take a few phone calls.
I like it when Doug goes crazy.
Yeah. He won't. Well, it'll take me a second to get him crazy, but I will. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
The best.
I'm from Las Vegas.
They're talking about whether. Oh, you're from Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was just calling to see. I'm going to be moving to San Diego before too long, and I called the 1-800-52-STERN to ask what station he's on there, and they didn't seem to know, and they gave me this number.
First of all, if you call 1-800-52-STERN, that's to order my new videotape and the poster.
Nothing to do with the radio show.
These are clueless operators. They just know how to take your order for the videotape and for those things,
Oh, okay. Are you on in San Diego?
No.
Can you lower your radio?
Sure.
I'm not on in San Diego, but if you're ordering the tape, if you call 1-800-52-STERN and ask what stations I'm on, they don't know.
All right, I'm sorry.
But I'm not on in San Diego. I had a deal in San Diego, but once again the FCC stepped in and reared its ugly head.
So you're not there anymore, but you're...
Why does the FCC continually fine me? Because every time they hear I'm about to make a deal somewhere, they fine me and they scare a station off. I'm under censorship. I don't live in the same America you live in. You're allowed to go and do business. I'm not.
Yeah, there is.
I got an 80-year-old man who says that I'm not allowed to do business because he decided my show's offensive. No court has deemed it offensive. I read an article the other day that said, why doesn't Stern just pay the fines? Why doesn't his company just pay the fines? What do you mean? Why should you pay fines? We haven't been found guilty of anything.
So they just kicked you out of San Diego?
No, they didn't kick me out of San Diego. I had interest in San Diego, and then after, I guess when we hit the $2 million mark, the people backed off. The $2 million fine mark.
Well, I know you kicked Mark and Brian pretty much out of Las Vegas.
They're gone.
Yeah,
what do you mean pretty much? They're gone. No, I didn't bring it up. I should have brought that up. I don't bring up my successes enough.
You didn't bring that up, and I'm very upset with you. I would like to have known that information.
The two originals, another two originals, like Ron in Orlando, who decided to start syndicating after I did. I did this syndication thing. You'd think it was everybody else's idea. So Mark and Brian decided,
it's just a radio thing.
We're real originals. We don't listen to Howard, but we'll syndicate too, like we do everything else he does. So they, after I got out in Las Vegas, they came to Vegas. I kicked their ass in Vegas too.
They're from L.A. I used to listen to them before you got on the air there. And I moved over here to Las Vegas, and they were on for the first 2 months that I was here, and they
doing their little Howard Stern impression.
Exactly.
And they make it look lame too. They pussy it up with their little marriages to one another.
Right.
Looking like two homos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, let's marry each other. We spend so much time together. Let's marry each other.
The thing I like most about them is that they rehearse the show. Yes, we get together at 10 o'clock every night. And
to rehearse.
We
well, you should have seen this.
Maybe they should put less effort into it. They're not even fleas on my ass.
They did a show here in Las Vegas on Mark's birthday, I think.
Yeah.
And they didn't do too much promotion, but they did enough where I think a lot of people should have shown up.
Yes.
And so I went over there, and there was probably about, maybe at least 200 people. That's it.
200 losers.
200 losers.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest that they could attract. 200 losers.
They had 200 people there, and it was in a showroom here at one of the major hotels.
That's why I hate radio. I'm getting out of it in a year and a half. I'll be firmly entrenched in the movie business because I'm reading an article, Robin, the other day, and they said, "Gee, the movie business this year was very bad. They didn't have a good year for movies." Now, why didn't they have a good year? I'll tell you why. They said in the article, something I said a year ago. They said every movie was the movies you could take your kids to. They're not quite kids' movies, but they're not quite adult movies. Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, and everything was softened,
Yeah, everything's softened up.
Had a love story, it was tame.
Yeah.
So everybody could take the family.
And now they're saying, gee, we needed another movie like Indecent Proposal, an R-rated movie. We didn't have any. You don't have any because everyone's sheep.
Yeah, what was everyone saying when you were in Hollywood the last time? It was,
it's got to be PG.
Everything has to be PG now.
That was that new line. It's got to be PG. I said, does it ever occur to you guys you haven't had one hit movie since Ninja Turtles? Do you ever sit down and think maybe you don't know what you're doing? Does that ever occur to you?
Does it ever occur to anyone in Hollywood just to put out a good movie?
Well, it's going to freak them out when I come out with a movie. And it's funny. I sit there and I look, and they talk about the great stars, Bruce Willis. I said, you think Bruce Willis could go on pay-per-view tomorrow and attract a $27 million night? You think so? As big a star as he is, you guys are paying him $10 million a movie. You think Bruce Willis could go on pay-per-view and pull in $27 million?
No.
I said, because you're all jackasses and nitwits. You all go after this. How many Pauly Shore and Pauly Shore movies and Billy Crystal on a stupid bucking Bronco running around there with his bunch of goofy friends?
Beverly Hills Cop movies.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. It's going to bomb. Eddie Murphy will tell you it's going to bomb. But he just laughs and takes the money and runs. He's not hungry. When you see a guy isn't hungry anymore, you cut him off.
Yep.
You don't keep making movies with him.
Yeah,
I'm going to come out with an adult comedy. I'm starving. I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. Bob, I'm not hungry. I'm like an Ethiopian. That's who you want making movies. That's some nitwits who are all sitting there, well, I took a year off. I can't make my next picture.
I'm tired.
These guys all sitting there with bloated bank accounts.
I need some time with my family. Kevin Costner.
Can you imagine?
I'm going to take a year off and be with my family.
Well, wait till he tries that for a year. He'll be like Edgar in the hotel with the little booze bottles.
He'll go away to a lone hotel.
Yeah, he needs more time with his family. I give that 3 days. I've done that. I've spent a whole weekend with my family. I'm ready for work on Monday. But these guys don't spend any time with their family?
I've been working nonstop for 2 years.
Yeah, it's been horrible. I had to sit and do makeout scenes with Whitney Houston. Yeah, somebody take me away from that. Well, me, I'm lean and mean. I'm ready to make pictures. I'm ready to do television.
Talk show?
What?
Will you get into talk
What's that?
Any talk shows, maybe against Letterman and Leno?
What?
Would you do a talk show against Letterman and Leno?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that'd be great. I'd be tuning in.
Of course you would. The whole world would.
Unless Mark and Brian were appearing at a hotel somewhere.
Yeah,
no,
then you'd go there. You and 200 nitwits. Yeah, we ran them out of Vegas a couple of months ago. They tried, but the station fired them due to lack of interest on the audience's part. See, that's my problem a lot of times. Like, I go into Orlando, they got these two dudes who've been ripping me off for 5 years. So it's like I get on there now, and it's like I got to prove that I'm the originator of all this crap.
Yes, but once you happen to land in a market before these idiots...
Oh, it never works.
Well, you know, before you got on in L.A., I used to see you on Letterman and Leno.
Yeah.
And I never heard of you before, but I knew you were something that must have been pretty good. So then I started listening on the radio. Once I moved to Las Vegas, I already knew who you were, so I knew you weren't impersonating anybody.
Yeah, well...
And I think that you'll get that in Orlando, too.
Not everyone's as smart as you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, dude.
All right, well, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Dude. That's his actual name, Dude.
You weren't just calling him Dude.
Yeah. The best part of Saturday Night Live is where they all stand around at the end. You know that's the sad fact? That's the best part, just watching them stand there. I would like to do a whole show where it's just celebrities standing around and talk to each other. It's fun to look at, isn't it?
Yeah, even if you can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Even if there's music playing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just like looking at them. Janet Jackson's there, and all of a sudden, like, she's talking to that fat guy from Saturday Night Live, and Heather Locklear is hugging Kevin Nealon. And, you know, see some guy, you see a hand come in and feel her up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Going through my computer to see what I wrote in here.
Yeah, don't let us disturb you.
Yeah, let me see if I got something good. Hey, you know what was weird? I meant to bring up to you.
What?
Remember I went to that Sting concert with you?
The Rainforest.
Yeah.
What was weird?
You know who was in the audience? Kevin Bacon, the actor.
Yes.
And we've run into each other like 2 or 3 times, and he came on the show once or twice.
I think he's been here twice.
Yeah.
Or at least once on the phone and once in person.
Yeah. And like whenever I see him, we're like best friends. We're hugging each other, and we're like best friends now. It was like real weird, wasn't it?
It was very strange. It was like seeing an old buddy that we used to hang out with all the time.
And his wife was with him, Kira Sedgwick, who looks real hot in real life, but in the movie she looks okay.
See, I think she dowdies herself up for the movie.
Yeah.
She looks average.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But that movie that she was in, Singles, is one of the best movies.
You love that movie.
I love that movie. In fact, I even spoke to Cameron Crowe a couple of weeks ago, the guy who wrote that movie and directed it.
Just to tell him you liked it?
Yeah. Well, I heard he was a fan of our show, and then we started talking. He lives in Seattle or something. He's married to that girl from Heart.
Right.
And we started talking about some junk, because I was asking him some stuff about screenwriting.
Uh-huh.
And he said, he goes, yeah, I know you really like that movie, Singles. I go, yeah, I said, you're really good, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was incredible.
That was really good. I said, what do you do? Like, I mean, like, what are you doing now? So he says he's working on some movie for James Brooks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But it was real weird. Like, I turned around at that concert, and Kevin Bacon's hugging me, and then that Kira Sedgwick comes up, and she kissed me. I almost felt like I was in show business.
It's sort of like, though, the radio has the same effect on celebrities as it does on everybody else.
Yeah.
He feels like he knows you.
Yeah, I know. So all of a sudden, I'm grabbing his wife, I'm squeezing her. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she was hot. She's a hot little monkey. And he had, like, his head shaved.
Yeah, I said, I hope this is for some role.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, it is.
The coolest scene is Kira Sedgwick is hunting for a man, so she goes to a singles club, like a dance club.
Yeah.
And this foreigner guy picks her up,
That's right.
and he takes her home, and he has sex with her, and she finally falls for this guy. She goes, oh, I finally met a really good guy, and it's so bad he has to be deported and everything.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Really going to miss him. And she goes, I'm in love with him. I hope he comes back soon. So then he leaves, and she's like all bummed out. She goes to the club that night. He's there. It turns out he didn't have a foreign accent. He's just a regular American guy.
That was an act
he was running a scam on her.
Yeah.
It's really great.
He could only carry it on for so long.
Yeah, it was great.
Their eyes meet across the
Yeah, it was great. Isn't that
Goose chill.
Yeah, that's a great scene. Buffalo, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, who taught that nigger of yours how to roller skate?
She had a special teacher.
I beg your pardon. You actually know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
So you call me nigger, is that it? You just did.
Are you crazy?
You just did.
Who thought that nigger was yours?
How dare you?
I was playing it for comedy effect. Are you insane?
How
dare you?
That's why you don't see niggers in the National Hockey League.
Why? I think you can. I had to bleep his last comment because he used the a-hole word.
Be offensive, but clean it up.
Yeah. That was funny, too.
He didn't mean it.
I wasn't objecting to him. I was objecting to you.
I know.
Hello?
Dallas, you're on the air. All right, I'll take a break right after this phone call. Dallas, you're on the air.
Yes. I need to
Hey, Robin, you got to answer the guy's question.
Well, you know, you often point out that...
He wasn't talking about Fred.
Letters come addressed to you, Jew Boy Stern,
right,
without a street address.
Kike Man. Kikeman.
And you object to them being delivered.
Right.
That's the same thing that just happened here.
I know, it's terrible when it happens, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Get here with no post.
Right. You're on the air.
Yes, the other day here in Dallas, I was scanning through some of the local radio stations.
Yeah.
And we came upon a Rick D's Top 40 thing.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that he flourishes.
And we can't stamp him out. He's like a cockroach.
Yeah, like we beat him in the ratings all the time in Los Angeles, but I don't know, he just still survives.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess there's some people who insist on hearing bad radio. I can't figure it out. They just insist on listening to Rick D's.
Anyway, I got a lot of my friends to call him up.
Yeah.
And it was like on a Sunday, and I said, well, do you realize that if Howard Stern was on right now, that no one would be listening to you?
Yeah, it's true.
And he never would play us on the radio, but you could tell, like, later on.
It gets to him.
Yeah, he was getting, like, you could tell that his voice getting irritated.
Well, that's why he needs a syndicated show. He syndicates whenever we're not on.
Yeah.
And that's good. If you syndicate when we're not on...
That's the plan.
That's the plan. That's like Rush Limbaugh. Well, I'll go on middays and I'll be a big star. No, why don't you come on in the morning,
I don't even
fatso?
aspire to mornings, he said.
Yeah, right. I don't want that. Yeah, no kidding you don't want that because you get your ass kicked inside of 5 seconds. You'll be out of radio.
Is he actually on a radio program? Well, we don't get him here in Dallas.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah, well, I think that even some other radio stations are getting smart and just putting on anybody against them and they're beating them.
Well, you don't have any competition, as I know of here in Dallas.
No.
No one else has a talk show. I mean, people will get on there and spin their disc, but that's about it.
Because everyone sucks. Thanks.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was good, then. That was the segment of the show where we say why everyone else sucks and we're so great. Pretty much. Right, Robin? That's sort of like the feed
That's basically life. Everybody sucks except us.
Yeah. That's how we feel. Somehow me, Robin, Fred, Jackie, Billy, Gary, Stuttering John, Ian Turns, we've all formed a little group that says it's us against them.
That's right. And we can pick on each other, but don't pick on us.
Right. That's how it works. And that's what everybody else does in the whole world.
Sure. That's what a family is.
Like I was looking at the IBM building the other day. I go, well, those are people who all banded together, threw in with each other.
Yeah.
For some reason, we misfits threw in with each other and decided
we couldn't find any other group that would take us.
Yeah.
So we formed our own.
It's a pretty wacky group. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back right after this.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
On our phone line, Robin, is the program director for our station in Cleveland, where we've just turned number one in the ratings. And
would that be Mr. Doug Podell?
Yeah, the whole thing's getting real complicated. We want to go to Cleveland on June 10th, but I don't know. Doug's all nervous. He's freaking out.
Why?
Doug, are you a winner or a loser?
I'm losing my hair.
No, you lost your hair.
I'm losing more.
It's impossible.
No, we're excited, Howard. We just need to
coordinate.
Yeah.
All right, here's my plan.
What is the problem? We're the question.
We have done numerous... First of all, the biggest problem is Doug is flipping out because I want to get on a motorboat and behead the competition, like those Cleveland Indian guys who went into the dock. So Doug gets on the phone to Gary last night and says, listen, I just want to say my piece. I just want to say my piece. If you do that, you will lose all your ratings.
Oh, please.
All of Cleveland will turn on you.
We will hate you.
We will hate you.
I don't think it was quite that drastic, but, it set us back a ways, Howard. So.
You think it did? I don't think it did at all.
And you know what set us back? You're censoring it.
No, it didn't, Robin. I don't think that's true. I think we did get set back at that
So let's get set back. It'll be fun climbing to the top again.
What do you have a challenge?
Yeah, come on, let's have a challenge. So the people in Cleveland will hate us for 6 months. They always come back to us. All the other shows suck.
Basically, I'm just, at this point, Howard, trying to get hotels and airfare.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if it's going to work out if we ever end up in Cleveland.
Originally, you had a $100,000 budget.
It's all gone.
I don't have
Doug
a problem with
hair
the money,
transplant.
Howard.
Yeah.
Robin, the problem is trying to get you guys to coordinate on a date when you're all going to...
June 10th.
Okay, well,
from
I'm your lips
the
to the air, June 10th. Now we know.
I've told you that a million times. I told you that.
Okay.
Anyway, so
we're working on it.
So anyway, my idea for Cleveland would be, because, quite frankly, we've done a lot of funerals, I wanted to do something unique and fresh to Cleveland.
Something for Cleveland.
So I would get on the air and ask people reasons why we should show up at their house. We plan each hour to drive now. We get one of those portable motor
It's
home
a van
things.
with a remote unit in it.
Yeah, it's the coolest thing. We use it here in New York.
Yeah, but I think we have a different setup here, Howard.
Yeah.
Not as expensive.
So Doug goes, wait a second, we can't have you guys driving around Cleveland and broadcasting. It's impossible to do. And I said, wait a second, Doug.
No.
Doug, it's not impossible to do. I've done it.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. I go, Doug, you're in Cleveland. That's why you never heard of it. Doug, you didn't know how to read a ratings book when I first got in touch with you. Now you're sophisticated. Now you're sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take you to new heights.
Well, your engineers were the ones who told me.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They always say it won't work, so I won't bug them.
They're trying to get out of work.
Right. They're lazy.
Well, certainly we
Doug
can
wants
try.
to put us in a van with a cassette recorder.
No. Are you kidding?
Now, listen to this. So we go to like 4 different locations. We don't know what they are yet. We start polling the audience in Cleveland.
Okay.
Then, like, let's say some girls write us and say they want to massage us for a good hour in their houses.
Don't give suggestions.
Yeah, I'm just saying that would be one suggestion.
It's a great suggestion.
Maybe a black family would invite us into the ghetto. All right, so...
a tour of a housing project.
A tour of the housing project. Fred and Jackie can go on that while I'm getting a rub down. So what I'm saying is we'll have like a hard microphone set up in those locations, and then we'll have like our little motorhome as we travel to and fro.
Wait, Howard, you're telling me that we're going to drop phone lines into various people's houses 3 weeks from now it takes over 30 days to get the lines installed.
Okay, Doug.
What a baby.
All I do is tell you guys the reality of the situation.
You can't make things happen, huh?
So in other words, Hey, Doug, I want you to repeat after me. All right? Here, it's 2 words.
Okay.
It's 1994.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat that.
It's 1994.
Thank you.
We have
Thank you. Excuse me. That's not what I asked you to repeat.
1987 equipment.
Excuse me. I didn't ask you to repeat that. I said repeat. It's 1994. It'll be fun. We go over to some big fat Midwestern family and have some breakfast with them.
You know, Doug.
But what about the thousands of people who want to see you?
Well, that's it. In the last hour, we show up at the big location for the big beheading off the boat.
All right.
Where we lose all our ratings.
After we make everybody happy, we'll make them disgusted.
Yeah, everyone will be in love with us, and then at the end of the show, they'll all hate us.
Well, the only thing I thought was that it's a year and a half since that incident happened. It's old. Nobody cares about that. And I thought the best suggestion...
Nobody cares, then what's the difference? Why would they hate us?
I thought the best suggestion was the caning myself. That was a listener who came up with that.
Caning's over with. People aren't... You know what?
Only if we can do it live on you.
Wait a minute.
Can we cane you? I'll tell you what, you have a choice. We can either behead the competition or cane you live.
I thought I was being caned right now.
You're just about there. You know, Doug, let me tell you something.
On Singapore television.
Look, I'm not even saying we have to necessarily have to behead the one-eyed Cyclops Lanigan. I'm just saying that it's back in 1969, they landed men on the moon. The world watched it live in color.
What? We talked to them the whole time.
Yeah, in color they watched it.
All I was saying, Howard, was that I want your broadcast in Cleveland to be clean. I don't want it to be drifting around.
Well, that's where you come in.
The snow and the noise. And all of the engineers from New York and Cleveland and Los Angeles are telling me, Doug, whatever you can do, discourage Howard.
They say that before I do everything. Let me tell you something. You ask Richie Herbie. Richie Herbie is a great engineer.
Doug, discourage Howard from going on the bus. Do whatever
Where's Richie?
you
Bring him
can
in
to
here.
discourage Howard from going on the bus. So that's what I'm doing.
Richie Herbie is a great engineer.
He is a great engineer.
Richie, don't you...
He's the only guy there that talks to me.
Wait, Richie wants to say something.
But, Doug, engineers are basically lazy.
He's not here? No, he's right here. Listen. What'd you say, Richie?
Hi, Tom. Engineers are basically... There are no problems.
There are no problems there.
I don't see any problems.
All right, there you go.
All right. Well, what I'm looking for, Howard...
Doug, doing a remote broadcast from different locations.
I think it's good.
Most engineers will tell you can't do it because it's a lot of work for them.
Listen, I talked to Gary last night, okay? I don't have a problem with the remote broadcast.
There's not going to be any static.
There are, and Super Agent Don Buchwald will be happy to know this, there are stations from Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Detroit, St. Louis. They've all called. They want to come down. The press from all those cities.
What do you mean? Wait, I'm not following you. What do you mean stations want to come down?
All these various managers
that want to...
program directors.
What Doug is saying is this is going to be a showcase for the Midwest for other stations to pick you up.
Doug, let me tell you something. Stations are going to pick me up regardless of this funeral.
Well, I know
or they're not going to pick me up regardless of
I'm
this
just
funeral.
saying that what I thought we could do is start somewhere in a general vicinity area where you could do
Isn't
a
that great?
broadcast.
As soon as you
talk to the press.
Comes out with a whole... Yeah, we're going to do that in the last hour. Like, one of the stops can be a press conference.
Okay. That's fine.
But we discussed We discussed this last night, Doug. Howard will start somewhere and end somewhere, but in the middle he wants to drive around.
Yeah, how cool would it be? And then we'd show up at people's homes.
And I agreed to that.
That's a real
Gary,
Cleveland funeral.
Well, you still haven't told us whether we can do it. You said technically we can.
Hey, listen.
No, Doug's concerned. He says the broadcast is going to be all foggy and stuff. I say, we're not in the middle of a mountain range in Cleveland.
Well, that's true.
You know, hey, man, you just get in there, get a little technical.
But, you know, now he's saying, well, it's going to be a showcase. But if you really wanted to consider taking this show and putting it in your market, wouldn't you want to hear a typical show?
Right.
What'd you say?
Doug was just trying to get us to react.
That isn't what I was leading to. You guys misunderstood me. What I was saying was that I want those people and the press from as far away as Pittsburgh to Detroit to be able to somewhere along the line see you and talk to you or whatever from a press conference.
Yeah, but we'll do that. Why would a Detroit television station want to?
I don't know. They've contacted us.
Well, you used to be in Detroit, I suppose.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
Whatever happened.
Well, I just think everybody's interested in the Midwest and seeing the Howard Stern show live.
You know, we drove around Manhattan for a victory tour. We could do it in Cleveland.
You know, I think we can do it.
We can do it. Listen, Doug, I don't want to... End of discussion.
Engineering, I don't understand
Doug,
it.
end of discussion. We can do it.
Okay.
Make it happen.
My listeners in Cleveland want to see me around. We could stop off at One-Eye's right in front of his radio station.
I
Goof on him. Yeah, you want to have fun, don't you?
Yeah.
There you go.
I told Gary that I like that idea as long as I think that we can still somehow meet and greet the press and then do the stage thing.
You know what you sound like? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You sound like a guy having a nervous breakdown. I got to be honest with you. It's radio. It's supposed to be fun.
Well, you know, it's just that I go on the air.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to... Do you have a pen on you right now?
Yeah.
All right. Write down one word for me. I want you to write the word can't on a piece of paper. Would you do that for me?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. Now I want you to cross it off.
Okay.
Now that word is no longer in your vocabulary. The word can.
Ball it up and throw it away.
Right.
You don't own that word anymore.
Only can is in your vocabulary. All right?
Okay.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Is making a banner for the side of the bus a problem?
No.
Right. Okay. There you go.
With that we already have.
We don't have paint in Cleveland.
You can't do that.
I talked to the painters. They say it's impossible.
But the people in the Midwest want painted signs.
The only reason I brought it up, Howard, is because I know that down in the flats, you're in a deep hole there. And we always have difficulty broadcasting live from that site.
We're going to fix that.
Yeah, there's Richie.
Wait a second.
What is that, Richie?
No, this is achievable. We will build a transmitter on Doug's bald head.
All right, there you go.
Howard, you know, at one point, Doug and I last night were discussing that getting into the flats, it's sort of an area that there's only one road into because it's over by the water. So we're thinking about helicoptering you into the flats.
All right, can we broadcast from the helicopter?
Sure, everybody can. How do you... The traffic
report.
Okay, no problem.
That we can do.
I think it'd be cool.
So far we're helicoptering. Do you have an aqua boat?
You're helicoptering.
A diving bell?
But they have we need a diving bell to broadcast underwater from Cleveland.
A seaplane.
Do you have a seaplane? With big pontoons on the side? So when we want to fly into Cleveland on pontoons, get onto the copter, and then get into the flatland. Then begin our bus tour. Yeah. We want to skydive into Cleveland.
You didn't know you were coming to the Mountain Tundra.
We'll bounce off satellites that haven't even been built yet. No problems.
All right, well, so far I like most of it.
All right. Anyway, Doug, what I'm saying is get ready for...
It is June 10th, though.
Let me think if it's June 10th or not.
Oh.
That's a Friday.
Yeah, it's June 10th.
I've already spent thousands of dollars on preparations for
Now,
that
what have you
day.
spent money on? I don't know. You keep screaming you spent money.
Your engineers told me a month ago that I had to order fiber optic lines. So I ordered the lines, and I had them dropped at a site. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I'm not worried about that, whether or not we use them or not. But I think we will.
Right.
Because, you know, I
so you mean you're already out of money? Hey, you know, instead of airfare, why don't we just put wax and feathers on our wings and fly in?
Well, I was thinking you could just come in on the bus.
Yeah, there you go.
The Albany bus.
Listen, we're ready for a big party in Cleveland, but I'm trying to come up with something new, something brand new we've never done before.
And I think that's great.
I'm always trying to be innovative.
And I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, I think, you know, rather than just do the typical funeral, let's change the funeral. Let's get out to the people.
Well, I like that idea. I just was...
Go do it.
I was...
Oh, boy.
I mean, this guy's got a story on everything.
Over and over, he says the same thing.
And if we could say again, Clevelanders, if you want us to stop at your house or you have a great idea, just write to us here at K-Rock.
Yeah, what is the address?
WXRK, 600 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10022.
Yeah, and just put on it Kike Kikeman.
No, put on Cleveland, I don't know, something or other.
Victory Tour.
Cleveland Victory Tour.
I'm half Jewish. Half Kike Kikeman. Address it either what, Nigger Quivers or Kike Kikeman.
And you don't even need a street address.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it'll get right here. Just put New York, New York, Kike Kikeman.
You know, one day we ought to do a thing on all the mail that I get that comes to you with a name and New York and how it gets here.
Yeah. I'd like to follow that through the postal service.
Yeah, that's how they sort that mail.
Yeah, we ought to take a card, put Nigger Quivers on it, and follow it out of the mailbox and how it gets here.
We gotta get a TV show.
We gotta get a TV show. We're busy. All right, we're gonna take a break,
Great
Robin.
lesson in the postal service.
Yeah. We ought to do a show one day where I just call you Nigger Quivers and you call me Kike Kikeman.
But I'm thinking about that. You know how they used to do those public affairs shows where they say, here's how the post office works?
Yeah.
But they should be following the letter Nigger Quivers.
Right.
Look like Kike Kikeman.
I still say we have the greatest postal service in the country. If a letter addressed to Robin, Nigger Quivers, can get here. Nigger Quivers, New York, New York, no zip code, nothing.
Nothing.
And it gets here.
Now, what do you do with this letter? It says Nigger Quivers. What do you do with it?
I think you send it to the Howard Stern Show.
Brought 100 of them there today.
It goes that pile over there goes to the Howard Stern Show.
Special pile.
Or the Kike Kikeman Show. Is what
Yeah,
also called.
Kike Kikeman. Just put in the pile for the Kike Kikeman Show.
Yeah, Kike Kikeman and Nigger Quivers
Right.
together.
All right, so let me get my checklist. We did the call to Cleveland, which I had to get out of the way.
Correct.
Which I think I handled very professionally by hanging up on Doug. We played Stuttering John with Jay Leno. We spoke to Jay Leno.
Right.
We goofed on Jay Leno. We spoke about my dilemma with Letterman and Leno.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about the fact that I will not announce what night I'm on.
Right. We even talked about marriage for a little while.
Talked about marriage. The only thing I have left is a couple of phony phone calls and news.
Oh.
Did you do my plug?
Yeah, we did the plug, Jackie.
Okay. Make sure.
Just gotta make sure.
You owe me. My contract.
Gotta put butts in those seats.
Hey, it's part of my deal.
Fighting the rain. Welcome to show business, Robin.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after this. I guess we just phoned in Joan Rivers. This will be good. You can do your impression of her movie for her.
What? Oh, she's on the phone?
Yeah. Robert does a great impression of the Joan Rivers movie.
I could do the whole thing.
Joan really got slammed in the newspapers for playing her own tragic life.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
It was such an important story, no one else could do it.
You know what kills me? The critics were saying she got it wrong, playing her own life. How can they say that? It's her life.
It's her.
You know she didn't talk like that. That's what they said.
Do the scene where Melissa... Well, let me get Joan on. Hey, Joan.
Listen, we got huge ratings, and it was wonderful.
Right.
I was watching.
And Melissa was fabulous. And everybody's and that's not why I called.
No, wait a second. No, wait. Let Robin do it for you. Let Robin do it for you. Don't.
I've never been there for me, Mother. It's always about you.
And wasn't she good?
Right, go ahead. Now do Joan answering her.
What are you talking about? Were you there? Were you there for the night depressions? Were you there? Where did you... You just came into this story, young lady.
And then, I know Joan's manager, Dorothy.
It was my fault.
Some big, buxom blonde walks in as Dorothy.
Dorothy?
I go, that isn't no Dorothy.
Dorothy Lyman, who was wonderful. Let me tell you something. We got very high ratings. It was a terrific movie.
Did you win the night?
We won the night except for Terminator.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why does...
Let me tell you what I'm on the phone for.
No, hold on. Wait, I'm building. There is a method to my madness.
Never thought there was.
There was...
It's fine.
there was a guy... There was a guy in a dog costume playing Spike. There was a guy playing Dorothy. That was the sickest part.
The thing I miss the most is someone there to walk the dog.
Is that what she says in the movie? I have a copy of it. My wife supposedly taped the movie for me.
Howard.
And I haven't seen it yet.
Howard, it was a wonderful movie. I'm so proud of it.
Tomorrow's show, we're playing clips from it and just going to goof on it the whole time.
It's okay.
Let me tell you, the best was...
It was my fault.
It was.
Why was it your fault, Mommy?
I told Daddy not to come up.
Let me tell you something. Do you know how this has helped? Do you know the letters I got from the Suicide Foundation?
Believe me, I'm hoping my wife will kill herself so I can write a movie about it. I got news for you. If I could get a network special out of Allison committing suicide, I would. Let me tell you, Joan, I'm with you on that.
Let me tell you why I'm on the phone.
Can you make a lot of money with those movies of the week?
May I tell you why I'm on the phone?
1 second. I got a question for you.
You don't make a lot of money on movies of the week, Howard.
Then why do it?
I did it because it tells what happens to people with suicide and their family and how they crack apart and how people mourn differently. And it was a terrific movie, and it was really helpful.
Do you think...
Be nice.
Do you think that Kurt Cobain's wife should do a movie?
I think Kurt Cobain's wife, she should do a movie to help people, yes.
Right. And not for money.
Well, I'm sure he left her very well off.
All right, Joan, listen.
I have to work.
Oh, is that when she's yelling at Melissa?
Yeah.
Let me hear that part. Go ahead, wait, Joan explains she has to
You
work.
don't know anything, and I'm selling the house. I don't care what you say.
Mother!
Melissa became part owner. That was the thing I learned.
Yeah.
Melissa was part owner of everything.
Oh, Edgar had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
That was a real good move.
And I tell you why I'm on.
Wait, Joan, can I just ask you a question?
She was so traumatized.
I spoke with Jay Leno earlier today.
Yeah.
And something occurred to me.
Yeah.
Why does he not have you on the Tonight Show?
You're asking me?
Yeah, why?
I think I'm still blocked because of Carson.
You really
I've never been asked on the Leno show, and Letterman wanted me, and I was turned down by his producer, Peter LaSalle, who used to be my best friend.
Really?
And whose kids I took to Europe with me. But there's a 4-letter word about all of them. Who cares?
Right. Hey, let me tell you something. On the radio.
You know about
too bad. We got a 7-second delay.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
Wait. No, I'm saying, I know you don't give an S about being on the Tonight Show.
How would you get your own late show? I'll come on and get
but you do care. It's insulting. I will not do the Tonight Show anymore until its last appearance, unless they... I'm being serious. Unless they have Joan Rivers on the Tonight Show.
They will never do it. I think.
How's that for a friend?
How about... You're not kidding me now. Let me tell you why I'm calling you.
And don't use the brown word anymore.
No, but may I talk to you? Howard?
Yes, I think I know what you're going to say. I think I know what you...
I got into a limo this morning to go do a commercial.
Yes.
The driver is wearing a teddy. He's a man.
Yeah.
I got in the back of the limo. There are a lot of marital aids.
Yeah.
There are a lot of very weird, a lot of vitamin E bottles around. I don't understand what this is all about.
Yeah.
Stuff. Vaseline jars. I don't know. And he says to me he drives you.
Who was it?
Ronnie?
What's your name, driver? Miss.
Oh, it's Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Oh, you're in Ronnie's car?
There's a guy in a teddy. It's very sick.
No, Ronnie drives me, but he also drives... What are you doing, the Today Show or something?
No, I'm not. I'm doing a commercial.
Oh, you're doing a commercial, so Ronnie picked you up?
This guy picked me up, but very weird. They just dropped you off.
Yeah, you're in my car.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This car is...
Ronnie drove Mia Farrow the other day, but he never, tells me or anything.
Yeah, he tells me everything. He tells me he's a big mouth, and he's a talker.
Yeah, she was in my car the other day.
He said, what would you like to know about Howard Stern's private life?
Hey, Joan, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smell the seat. Which side are you sitting on, the right or the left?
Howard.
I'm going to sniff your seat. I'm going to see if you had sex last night with that young man of yours.
Yeah, well...
We're going to see what happens.
But anyhow, watch out for Ronnie because he talks about you.
No, you watch out for Ronnie.
He also does like little pictures of you. They're pictures of you around his car.
I thought you were calling to announce that you had been nominated for an Emmy. What is it called? Tony.
Tony. No. We don't have to discuss that. I mean it. I called to warn you about Ronnie.
I'm coming to see your show, by the way. Joan is in the Sally Mars story on Broadway.
Yeah, nominated for a Tony. That is exciting. But
it is.
Yeah.
Now, you were in the show for 4 days, and they nominated you for a Tony. Don't you have to be in longer than that?
No, I was.
All you have to do is open.
I'm nominated for the Drama Desk Award, Best Actress, opposite, who knows. And then I'm nominated now for a Tony. That's very exciting.
It is exciting. I congratulate you.
Happy.
You know what it is? You're a winner. You can always come back.
Let me tell you how.
Well, I was very happy to see the reviews you got, too.
When you're governor, remember this, I want to be like Secretary of...
Shopping.
Education.
Secretary of Yentering.
I could be consumer, like Betty Furness.
That's right.
What kind of commercial are you doing?
Just consumer.
What kind of commercial are you doing?
I don't know. They call me up. They offer me the money. I'm doing it.
No, what is it? What is it for?
I don't know what the commercial is.
Are you endorsing product?
It's Hardee's restaurant.
Oh, come on. What are you doing?
I'm going to do a Hardee's restaurant commercial.
No, what commercial are you doing?
Howard.
You know what you're doing.
Hardee's restaurant.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is it really Hardee's?
They're all over the country. They're not in New York.
She's putting me on. She doesn't want to tell me what she's endorsing.
Yeah. She doesn't believe me. Call Regis. Regis is doing it, and I'm doing it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're dressing me like Kathy Lee. I'm bringing a baby.
I don't know. How was your boyfriend last night?
Through the whole thing.
How was your boyfriend last night? Did he give it to you? He must be wild now that you're on Broadway and you had your TV movie. I mean, the guy must... He's probably like, whoa, look at me with Joan Rivers.
A 40-year-old guy. I bought him a lot of new chains.
You got to be suspicious.
Is he your toy boy?
I buy him chains.
You got to be suspicious of a 40-year-old guy sleeping with you every night.
Thank you, Howard.
Why he's there?
Because she knows that he's got to be. I'm 40 years old.
For love.
I love Joan, but I don't know if I'd sleep with her every night.
For a hard body.
I don't know if I do you every night. Maybe once to see what it's like.
Howard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ronnie in front is making eyes at me through the rearview mirror.
I don't doubt it.
He would do you.
He would do you.
Well, but he is giving me a lot of stories about you, Howard.
Hey, ask Ronnie.
Call the star.
Ask Ronnie to take off his shirt so you can see the hair on his back.
Well, I don't have to. He's wearing the teddy.
Oh, come on.
Ronnie?
Does your boyfriend keep the lights off when he has sex with you, Joan?
We have all the lights on. We have neon lights.
And he sees everything on you?
My boyfriend sees everything.
Really?
And says that cellulite is beautiful.
And you'll be on Broadway tonight?
I should hope.
Look at that. She goes from early in the morning all the way to Broadway at night.
It's a buck.
And it doesn't matter to her if her voice is hoarse or anything. She goes right on.
She's never going to have more voice than this.
This is it. What, Joan?
If you don't want to talk about Ronnie, I'm going to get off here now.
No, you're not. We're going to talk about your boyfriend.
We're going to talk about my boyfriend.
All right, look, I'm losing my voice.
I want to announce my
Missy, I have a lover.
Oh, you're a lesbian now?
Dorothy and I have something very beautiful to announce on the show.
Yes.
It's the 90s, and we've decided we know each other. We're the only two women we know that really get along.
Oh, believe me, that Dorothy's a horny monkey, I think. I'd like to get her.
You'd like to get you, Dorothy. It's all in leather today.
All right, Joan, listen.
Yeah, I love you. I adore you. I can't wait to see you on Leno. And watch out for Ronnie.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Gotcha.
Watch out for Ronnie.
Is that code?
You. And good luck. And
speak to you guys soon.
On your triumphant Broadway, blah, blah, blah. All right, thank you.
Goodbye.
That's Joan Rivers.
It's always about you, Mother.
Shut up.
What is it?
Dr. Ronnie?
Melissa, you weren't there.
Yeah, Ronnie. Ronnie?
Yeah.
Well, you got Joan in the back?
Yeah. You want to see her with no makeup on?
Yeah, I have. I saw her at Channel 9 with no makeup.
Woo.
Woo.
Scary boy.
Is she back there right now?
Yeah, she's back there right now.
Well, don't
Does she hear you?
You better watch your mouth.
Yeah, she doesn't even know I'm on the phone with you.
Oh, Ronnie, you're so crazy.
Who's back there with her? Dorothy?
Dorothy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just about to pull up to the place.
Yeah, what is it? Is it a Hardee's commercial?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And Regis is there, too?
Yeah. They did it last week with Regis.
Did you drive Regis?
No.
This is Ronnie's special voice. I know when he has someone in the back, he's like...
Yeah.
He goes...
They're listening to the show, too, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're listening to the whole show.
Right, it should be about another 20 seconds till she hits you in the back of the head.
When did you tell her you were my driver?
I didn't tell her. I told Dorothy.
Oh, you told
She
Dorothy?
knew. She kind of knew.
I thought you never tell anyone.
I don't.
Enjoy your tip.
Okay.
Okay.
Later, man.
Bye-bye.
He's so cruel.
And you ever see her with no makeup?
That's not nice. Have you seen Howard with no makeup? He says that about you.
I know. Hey, Joan's got some 40-year-old guys having sex with her. And, like, I know a 40-year-old guy don't want to have sex with her every night.
You know
really how old he is?
Yeah, he's 40. I'm 40.
Did she tell you that?
Yeah. She just said it.
She said he's in his 40s.
Oh, maybe he's 49.
I thought maybe she'd talk to you. Still. Yeah, still, that's not bad.
What's his name? Tom Arnold?
She's not marrying, though. You notice that?
Yeah, she's smart.
How old do you think Joan is?
Joan's a great... I would have sex with Joan.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm just curious.
I wonder, though, I always think she looks like she'll look like a plucked chicken when I get her clothes on. You know what I mean?
She'll be like that woman in the Playboy the cartoon.
Yeah.
Buck Brown cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder what the hell that would look like. Like, would everything sag, and, like, would it be like a big belly?
She had everything fixed.
Yeah, but wouldn't her belly, like, have a crease in it? Like
Pastel yellow skin.
Yeah.
It could go either way, you know?
Mm.
I'm just wondering, if Joan's dating a 49-year-old guy, is that really, like, a much younger guy, do you think?
I don't know, and it's like, you know, can you picture like in high-heel pumps and like walking...
Like a sexy...
Yeah, trying to be sexy.
Oh, come on, let's make love.
Take me. I'm ready. Take me.
Right now.
I'm beautiful. Come and get it.
Yeah, it was like a big triangle. Ring, 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 ring. Come and get it, like on the Bill McCoys. Come and get it. I'm all prepared. 9 hours in the bathroom preparing.
Come and get it.
Come and get it. It's yours, sailor.
It's your lucky day.
I was thinking about Joan, though. Like, Johnny banned Joan.
Yeah.
And now, like, what is
She
Jay?
must have been banned from The Tonight Show.
She'd be a wonderful guest on The Tonight Show. Why wouldn't they have her on?
It would be a triumphant return.
She's a really nice lady, Joan Rivers. And the way that Johnny treated her, that friggin' nitwit, that schibboz.
Even in the movie, they say, Johnny Carson demonized you. You can't work.
Yeah, he did. He did a number on her, all right. Because she had the nerve to negotiate with the Fox network. She wanted her own talk show. She's not allowed.
Nobody wants to see a woman whose husband just died crack jokes.
Yeah, you gotta ask Johnny's permission. Can you imagine Johnny's permission?
I'll ruin you.
I'll ruin you, you hag.
Jeez.
I'll get you.
I'll skewer you.
I'm so powerful.
You'll be long.
Yeah, big powerful bully. Bullying the girls around.
Yeah.
Big pussy. That Johnny Schibboz. If I was Letterman, I would have taken him, thrown him right through that. You know that fake window he has where the glass breaks? I would have taken Johnny, as he appeared on my show, right out of the chair.
And have him have that sound effect.
Give me a show. Give me that Letterman show. Let Johnny walk on. Right out there. Whoa.
Throw him right in that pool.
Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Alley-oop.
One.
Or television's Johnny.
I thrilled myself.
Whoa. Window. You bet your bippy.
I smell like a buffalo.
You bet your bippy.
Spritz.
I gotta pass wind. What is it?
Yeah.
Robin, want to hear it?
No.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's nasty.
And you have the nerve to be angry that other jocks smoke near the microphone.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Somebody's now going to stick their nose up.
That's natural.
Nice, Pete Fornatale. That's why they play 20.
I can't wait to see Pete Fornatale do his show today. Hi, this is Pete. Oh, yeah.
W.
Here's Pete's show.
Here's 20 in a row coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got this new thing I do now. You know, I used to always have 2 baked potatoes and turkey for lunch here at the station. I'd have Gorilla buy 2 baked potatoes. You know, 2 potatoes. He'd bake them in the microwave. And then I'd have turkey every day.
Right, and what happened?
And then I got that. Remember I got that stomach virus?
Yeah.
I decided it was from bad turkey and bad potato.
Oh, because you have been complaining about the turkey.
Remember? I said it was like kind of rare. And I'm always seeing these. Not that this is true, or this is all in my head.
Yeah.
Every time I turn on the TV, they're always talking about Manhattan. There's no clean restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure the restaurant we bought it from was very clean. But I worked up in my mind that the turkey... I guess you guys have been wondering why I haven't been eating turkey.
I have been, actually. I thought you... Once in a while, you'd go off for like a day or two and always come back.
Yeah. Well, I decided that the turkey was kind of pink, and that bothered me. And I was getting... And I decided either Gorillo's hands aren't washed when he handles my potatoes, because who knows what he does. And he washes them in the sink at K-Rock, and we have the worst bathroom facilities, and it's disgusting. There's all kinds of disgusting hairs and dirt and grit in that sink. And it's just like Gorilla goes in and he washes his hands.
Why they always insisted on washing those in the men's room? I
gotta tell you, I'd rather they didn't wash them.
The kitchen's not much cleaner here.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting here. And it's like, I don't have time to wash them myself because I'm busy on the air. And the turkey, I don't know, comes all red and pink. And I just decided I'm going to bring like a bagel or a roll and just dump a can of tuna fish on it and eat that. So now through the whole show, I've got that stupid can of tuna fish and that bagel sitting there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, boy, I'm hungry. Why don't I eat lunch now? So now I'm eating lunch at 9 o'clock. I already finished my lunch.
Yeah, because you've been eating the tuna fish and bagel during the show now.
I know. I can't. When I have it there, I can't hold back. I'm hungry.
So when do you eat again?
I don't know.
Well, when would you? I mean,
I just ate lunch.
Do you not eat again till 5 o'clock?
No. I'll have another little mini meal.
Mini meal.
And the mini meal now is I get home like a ravenous dog because I'm hungry because I haven't eaten since 9 o'clock. So I have I have kidney beans, tons of kidney beans, and broccoli with chili sauce, Paul Newman chili sauce. Salsa.
That's like rocket fuel.
And I fart the whole damn day, and I stink like chili and beans. I mean, it smells like what I just ate. It's
so
disgusting.
glad I can't smell it.
Oh, my God. My kids walk in the room. They're ready to vomit.
Hey, you say they're going to be fine? Sure, they don't have a chance.
And they're like, oh, Daddy, you smell. So that's what happens. And I eat so friggin' fast. I eat these beans, and the beans taste like paste, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
And then I go to the bathroom last night, and now I eat so much, I guess because it's the bread and the beans and everything.
All the grains.
And the rice. It takes me an hour on the bowl.
Why?
Because everything's sludged up. And then I have to jump in the shower and clean up.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's a mess back there.
Oh, boy.
Should see what goes on. Everything just like
You know
thick.
what you need?
What?
A garden hose.
Yeah. Well, I got a bidet in my house. I'm thinking of starting to use it.
Oh, bidet.
Yeah, I really need it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you. You never had stuff like that happen? Where
I think I know what you're talking about. Like it's sort of like an explosion.
Yeah. No, it's not an explosion.
Not an explosion. It's
Everything's like it's like giving birth.
It's like toothpaste.
You get half a baby out.
You know, you can't ever get all the toothpaste out of the tube.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking
You've
about.
had that, Jackie. Don't act like you're naive.
You keep cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, and you keep going pulling on the toilet paper.
Right.
You don't feel like you're done.
That's been happening to me. Yeah, I never feel like I'm done. I'm not done. So then I jump in the shower and I have to like clean, and then my hands smell, even after I've showered.
What is wrong?
What do you mean what's wrong?
You're supposed to use paper.
No, but not in the shower. You can't use paper.
What are you doing with your hands?
Just soaping and cleaning.
Scrubbing.
It's like
you never
India.
heard of a washcloth?
I mean, it's unbelievable what goes on back there.
Soap only does so much.
Yeah, you need a washcloth.
Yeah, I'm going to ask my wife for a washcloth.
Yeah, but how many days can that washcloth last?
Well, she had like the last time I was in there, I saw this big purple glove in there. I don't know what they were using for cleaning, so I started using that, and I had purple all over my butt.
No.
Yeah.
Looks like they can have like Clorox on it. You don't know where that thing
I don't know, man. I was desperate. It was a cleaning glove. I needed to clean.
The cleaning glove is what they used to clean the toilet.
Yeah, that's got that grit in it. It was very good for it.
I had a lot of grit myself, so it didn't make a difference. What grit is worth? So anyway, like it's like. And then I'm working on myself so much I have to remove that little. I told you I have a rubber plug that keeps the hair out of the drain.
Plug.
I had to remove the rubber plug so I can get everything else down.
I don't even want to discuss it. You are a mess, and I'm glad you don't use the same facilities as me.
It only happens once in a while. It was an accident. It was 2 nights in a row. It was kind of embarrassing.
Do you clean up after yourself?
Oh, yes. Very tidy.
Alexa, I need you to clean. Scrubbing bubbles.
I got to take a break, and then we got to do the news, Robin. I'll have to get to Ponce de la Fone's phone calls tomorrow. Okay. We'll be back right after this.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
You know, during the commercials, so much happens. Gorilla comes in first, and he says to me... he waited here 2 hours to say,
Yes.
Jay Leno was on the Regis and Kathy show now, and they asked him who's going to be on this week. He mentioned everybody.
But you?
But Howard.
Now, you know what's funny about that? How weird must that conversation be between Jay and whoever the producer is, where they sit him down and say, do not bring up Howard Stern's name, even in announcing your guest list.
Right.
How weird is that?
Look, Jay, we have a request to make.
Can someone write that down for me? I want to bring that up to Jay. I want to ask him about Joan Rivers on The Tonight Show. I want to ask him about Joan Rivers.
Who's interviewing who?
Yeah, I'm going to interview him. And I want to ask him about Regis and Kathy Lee. I want to know. Let him be honest. How does that work? Does Regis and Kathy Lee say it? Does the producer say, listen, we prefer you didn't announce Howard Stern?
You know Regis and Kathy Lee didn't say anything. They don't even visit their guests, I'm sure.
Right. They're too big.
I was reading something today where Regis is congratulating himself sort of on being a genius.
She is a genius.
He says that he doesn't have any writers.
Wow.
And he doesn't know what the secret of the success of the show is.
Well, that sounds like
and that he and Kathy Lee don't even talk to each other before or after the show.
So that makes him a genius.
Because it's working.
Yeah. That's working because you don't have anything on against you, you idiot. There's just a lot of guys out there working real hard so that those slobs in your audience can sit home all day and eat and watch your show.
Are you saying that there's a bunch of women?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. A bunch of lonely old women who think Regis is their boyfriend. Wow. You're my boyfriend. Oh,
I'm
Regis.
hot. Everybody wants a piece of me, he's saying.
Kathy Lee is sickening. She is sickening. She sickens me.
She loves older men, I think. She loves to be around them. I think it makes her feel good.
Because, quite frankly, she's a young woman trapped in an old... She's an old lady trapped in a young woman's body. She's singing songs from 1933. They should be like Twilight Zone. She should wake up one day just old.
I saw her, they're promoting the fact that they're doing a whole behind-the-scenes Kathy Lee thing, The Truth About Kathy Lee on hard copy or something.
Yeah.
And they just showed her just in a succession of... situations hugging old men. You know, it was Frank or some other old guy. It was always an old guy, though.
Sounds like they put a lot of effort into that show. I want to see the show where they got a picture of her burning her yarmulke since she was born Jewish and doesn't admit it.
Kathy Lee, what are you doing?
I'm burning my yarmulke.
Oh, good girl.
Speaking of that, somebody sent me an interesting fact.
And those women that watch him, his audience... They're sitting there ironing while they watch Regis and Kathy Lee and think they're working. I'm doing my work. You know, you're watching TV.
Did you hear what Regis said today?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it over the spritz bottle while I was spraying the ironing.
Turn it up.
Turn it up. I can't hear it over the din of the ironing.
Hello, I'm from Des Moines. I want to answer the trivia question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm putting a pin in the map.
Hey, Gorilla, I'm done with you.
But listen to this, Howard. Somebody faxed in, very upsetting fax. You've got a nose like a pelican.
Thank you.
An awkward body.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time, I bet Baba Booey's bending you over.
Bending me over?
Yeah.
With me for sex? Yeah.
You use despicable Jewish debating techniques.
Half Jew.
You, the most ridiculous man on earth, put people down constantly. You constantly and subversively attack everything Christian and embrace all Jewish. Sure, you're only half Jew.
I'm a real good friend to the Jews.
Why don't you do you and your race a favor and expose your compatriots trying to infiltrate Christian society? Tori Spelling, Roseanne Barr, Winona Ryder.
Who wrote this? Eric Roberts?
Gifford.
Did Eric Roberts write that?
When will you all move to Israel? Love to Jackie, Fred, and Baba Booey.
I know Jackie wrote that. Supposedly, Willard Scott endorsed me for president today on the Today Show.
Very nice.
And according to this fax, they say on the Joan Rivers show, that movie that she did, about her life with Edgar and Melissa, in the first half hour, Joan climbs into the box with Edgar. No, but for real, is that true, Jackie? Climbs into the coffin?
She stood by it and talked to him.
I saw her stroking his face. I never saw her climb in.
Edgar, I threw you out of the house. Now I feel bad for you.
Only alive.
Is that what she said?
If you were only alive.
If you were only alive.
You wouldn't be there.
If he was only alive, he'd be in a hotel room because Joan threw him out of the house.
You know what I miss the most?
What?
I miss having a best friend, someone to share history with, someone to walk the dog.
Great. How about someone...
She walked into the closet and wrapped the arm of his jacket around herself and sniffed it.
Remember when she was smelling his aftershave?
She was sniffing the coat like the way you'd sniff a
dog.
Yeah.
Well, the way you'd sniff a suit or a shirt to see if you could wear it again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the underarm.
Be you. Then she opens up the closet and... Robin, how many bottles were in there? There was like 3 shelves
of nothing but medication.
Prescription bottles.
Yeah, he was like a sick guy.
He might have had a problem.
Yeah, he might have had a problem. He might have been a drain to be around, is what you're saying.
We had a big rating.
Were you there for the dark depressions?
Were you there, Melissa, for the dark depressions?
You were his daughter. I was his wife.
Yeah.
You just walked into this story 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I've been here a longer time.
What the hell do you know?
That's an annoying voice. If I was Edgar, I'd kill myself, too.
Yeah.
Some guy in the local Orlando paper wrote an article about our debut saying that it wasn't shocking, it was just drivel. I don't have the whole article. It's by some guy named Greg Dawson.
Oh, that didn't complete? It's not the complete article?
This is like every article that was written about us. This reminds me of the Philadelphia articles and the Los Angeles articles. The first day they listen to the show and they write about how sucky I am, how I put down the people of Orlando.
It's really nothing, a nothing show.
Yeah, and then we're number 1 and then they all eat their words. Dear Howard, I heard the Orlando debut of the Howard Stern Show from 6 to 10 a.m. Yeah, you and a lot of other people. I wanted to make a few comments. I considered calling you at the station in New York, but it's obvious from Monday's show that no one up there knows how to use the phones. It seems your fans have more hack getting through to other talk shows than they do your own. I don't know, more luck maybe.
Maybe that's it.
It says hack. A modest suggestion. New York is a city with millions of people, Howard, and I'll bet most of them can use phones. Yeah. Hire a few. Maybe then you'll get syndicated in more than 16 cities. Yeah, this guy's giving me career advice. He's writing for the Orlando newspaper. Greg Dawson, a tremendous career going for himself. All $12,000 a year of it. I'm writing in Orlando, honey. I've made it. I could write a letter and reach more people. He's giving me career advice. Yeah, New York's a big city, dude. Ever visit it? Ever work in it?
His column is syndicated because the rest of the country needs to know what he's thinking.
They don't even have a picture of the guy. They have a cartoon drawing of him. Look at that. It's like next to his column, a cartoon drawing. Yeah, he must be a real handsome guy. And this is a really unflattering cartoon. I can't imagine what he really looks like. Yeah.
Looks like a composite sketch.
Yeah. This man is armed and dangerous.
He was drawn by a police artist.
I thought police artists only know how to draw black guys, Robin. That's all they ever draw.
Well, that's why he looks so funny.
Yeah, this is the first time they had to draw a white guy.
Much difficulty.
Look, there he is. Greg Dawson cartoon strip.
Like the retarded George Harrison.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Anyway, on behalf of your 16th market, I want to thank you for sucking up to us so much on your Monday show, blabbing about your new friends in Orlando. If I were you, Howard, I would call that a lot of garbage. But I'm not, so I won't. I was sorry to hear that you cut short your one visit to Disney World because you got tired of waiting in line with white trash, as you call them. So who's your audience, Howard? Not Rhodes Scholars, judging by the morons who managed to get through on the phones, like the 19-year-old bouncer in Vegas who said he read one book in his life, yours. I was surprised the bad boy of radio talk turned out to be such an apologist for the Target establishment in our area. Yeah. You made fun of Disney workers and their bad polyester suits, but you slobbered all over Disney as a company and rebuked us. That's all I have of it, because the rest gets cut off.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find that.
Maybe the Orlando station will send that to me unless they want to protect me from this negative review. It's like I can't handle it. Well, get in line, Greg. Everybody gives me negative reviews, but I'm number one everywhere anyway. And not just with morons, as you put it, but get something called the Scarborough Report. You probably haven't heard of that. Comes out. They analyze who listens to the show. We're number one with people who make $50,000 or more, and number 13 with people who make $10,000 and less. So we're number 13 with people like you, and number one with successful people. So maybe it's not for you. What?
You're number one with the guy who owns the paper that he works for.
Yeah. The chances are the guy who owns the paper listens to us. This show's not for you. You freak. Now leave me alone and get off my back. Talk to me when you get out of Orlando. Guys in Orlando critiquing me. Hey, what, dude, how important can you be? How important can your opinion be if every newspaper in the country rejects you but Orlando?
You should simply appreciate the fact that you now can listen to the show.
Yeah, be happy you got something to listen to. Something to critique. Hey, I do other things besides write for the paper. I sell turkey legs at Frontierland on weekends.
Thanks, Orange.
This is not my regular job.
Yeah, I don't have to just write, you know. I can pick an orange as good as the next monkey.
Minute Maid has a lot of property down here.
Greg, all I'm saying is the review it's a legitimate opinion, and I don't argue with you that I suck. I personally think I suck, too. But at the same point, it just becomes a little ironic that you're giving career advice to a guy who's pretty well made it.
Yeah, he's laughing at you for only being in 16 markets. Yeah. How many is he in?
Yeah, I mean, what have you done to merit any kind of praise? I'm sure your parents love running around telling everyone how their son writes for the Orlando newspaper, the Orlando Sentinel. Where's that? Dude,
you mean the Disney World paper?
Yeah. Our son Greg, he has a cartoon picture of himself next to his column.
Is that all they do down there? Since, you know, the whole place is based on the cartoon industry, everybody has to be a cartoon. They don't use pictures.
Yeah. Sentinel. The Orlando Sentinel. Doesn't Sentinel sound kind of close to sent to hell? But you walk into that paper, man. You know, you see all the Pulitzers on the wall from all the nominations and various awards they've won. And then Greg walks at that big computer terminal and writes those great articles that all 7 people get to read. Super. Greg, you're welcome to call in here anytime, and you can give your critique of me to my face. And I would love to talk to you about it. I'd love to talk about your career. In fact, Greg, I'm holding a press conference in Orlando. Let me check my calendar as to when that will be, Robin.
Okay.
Greg, we'll be visiting you. Here, Greg, I have a laptop. It's Thursday, 8:15. You're invited to come, and I'd love to chat with you about your rate of success, because you obviously can help me with my career. You obviously know a lot about the business. What is it? I should get a new phone system? Okay. Good idea. And you can tell me about all the scary things you've done in your career and how you've made use of all that talent you have and how far you've gotten with it. I guess the world hasn't noticed, Greg, because, you know, for some reason
he's ahead of his time.
Yeah.
They don't understand him.
Greg, you know what I'll do for you? I'll send you about 30 other articles that read identical to yours in every city I ever went to. They all had the same take. Remember in L.A., the first time we went on in L.A., every paper was like how bad the first show was. Yeah. And I was like, yeah,
so
okay.
this is what all the fuss was about?
Yeah. He'll never do well here. Yeah. And maybe some of my stuff doesn't sound all that original, Greg, because maybe the two douche faces who stole it all and used it down there have been doing it for 5 years. But, Ed, I took a few chances in my career, got fired from a few stations. Stuff that seems ordinary on the radio now is stuff I got fired for 10 years ago because nobody did anything in radio. Nobody took any chances. Pretty much like your career, where you don't take chances and where you end up at the Orlando sent to hell for the rest of your life. I wonder if Greg's married. I wonder if his wife has to work. Because Greg...
Greg's never been a good breadwinner.
Yeah, I want Greg to come to the president. I want to know about his breadwinning. Old kids can look up to Greg.
Even Greg's children have to work.
Yeah, they're working at a sweatshop, I think. They're in a Mickey Mouse costume over at Disney.
He takes them along with him when he picks oranges.
Yeah. My press conference is coming up, Greg. You're invited. I'll answer any of your questions. And hopefully you won't be too busy at your other job at 7-Eleven. If, in fact, you do have a job at 7-Eleven, I don't know. Hey, maybe he's making $1 million a year. I don't know what he's making.
You never know.
I don't know. But I hear your comments, and they are duly noted. Thank you. Nice picture. Can you imagine they have a cartoon drawing of you, and it's that unflattering? Can you imagine what he really looks like? I mean, I can't imagine. I have never seen... I don't even want to critique Greg's career. I mean, hey, maybe he's just starting out in life. Maybe he's a young guy, although this picture makes him look about 80. I don't know. I can't tell from a cartoon how old a guy is, to be honest. I never could tell Mickey Mouse's age either. So the point is that I'm not going to critique the guy's career. I'm not going to critique him. Maybe he's a writer on his way up. Maybe he'll be writing for the New York Times next week. But I will critique the guy who drew the cartoon. Anyway. But it's a nicely written article, Greg. Too bad no one will ever read it. We'll take a break and we'll be right back, Robin. Let's do some news, for God's sake. Stop reading faxes.
All right.
Stop
concentrating on yourself.
Yeah, I know. Well, you started it. You did. What else is that?
Jennifer Capriati, not too long ago, was our new little darling of the tennis circuit. But she's hit a patch of bad times here, Howard.
Really?
A few months ago, I was reading in the tabloids that she was arrested in a case that sort of sounded like shoplifting.
Really?
And then today, we read that she was arrested on Monday and charged with the possession of marijuana.
Oh! Not fair!
Why is that?
Why? Is this person getting out?
They say that Coral Gables police went to the tennis star's hotel room to follow up on a tip about a runaway. Jennifer answered the door, invited them in, gave them permission to search according to the officers, and in that search they found some marijuana and arrested her.
Oh!
A 17-year-old runaway and a male companion drove up to the scene while they were there, and they too were arrested for possessing heroin and cocaine.
No. My goodness.
Yeah. Capriati has since been released to the custody of her attorney.
Miss Plachette, you've been around Hollywood a long time. Isn't it hard on such a young person? You've been in the spotlight. Isn't it hard on a young person to be under that same spotlight?
What do I look like, a crackhead? How would I know?
Miss Plachette, all I'm saying is that you see some of these child actors and these child tennis stars and stuff. It's sad. It's sad, isn't it?
Self-destruct.
Right.
I can't believe it. I can't believe they had no lewd. Way lewd.
Thank you.
She's been under a self-imposed leave of absence.
Was Suzanne?
No.
Oh, Jennifer Capriati. No. I haven't seen you on TV much, Miss Plachette.
She doesn't want to play tennis again until she completes high school in June. What's she doing at a hotel?
Got a pack of Lucky. You know, little orphan Annie was a hophead. on the stuff.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
What do you think was going on here?
I don't know.
I blame the Jews.
Oh,
of course. I second that.
You blame the Jews, Miss Flechette? Can the Jews give her the drugs, Robin?
I don't think so, Howard. I don't know anything about that.
No, what's going on there? I think she's a kid. I think she experimented with a little pot, possibly, and I think every kid does. And that's.
But my question is, she got out of tennis because she wants to be a regular kid and go to high school.
Yeah, that means smoking pot and shoplifting.
Why is she in a hotel?
You didn't went to a hotel when you were a kid?
Not without my parents.
Really? Yeah, she might have a little too much money to be a regular kid.
There's no way she can be a regular kid.
Right, Miss Plachette?
What?
I'm saying that a young kid with a lot of money, it's sometimes bad.
Yes, it can be bad. I had a lot of temptations. I once had a voice until I smoked Thai weed with a leper.
Of course, we know you never would smoke. We know you don't do any kind of drugs, right? You never would do any.
I'm dying.
Hey, you're dying, but you don't do any of that stuff, right?
No.
Right.
That was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Cracking a little joke, having a little fun.
Yes. She's marvelous.
The 3 men involved in the assault on skater Nancy Kerrigan were in court in Portland, Oregon yesterday. Sean Eckert, Derek Smith, and Shane Stant are the last of the defendants to strike deals with the prosecutors in the case.
Hoofa.
So they will eventually be sentenced. Stant, at the time, had to explain to the judge that he was the person who actually carried out the attack. He said that on December 28th, he conspired with other people, the other gentlemen in the indictment, to attack Nancy Kerrigan, and he was the one to carry out the attack.
Jeez.
I guess he's very proud of himself.
Very proud today. Did any other celebrities, when you were on Newhart, Miss Plachette, you were at the top of your career?
Yes.
Did any other celebrities get jealous, like in the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan case, and try to do you in?
Sure. Who was that idiot that played the dentist?
He never liked you.
The big, tall guy with the curly hair. He hated us. Marsha Wallace hated me.
Marsha Wallace.
That stupid receptionist.
Well, she went on to write a hit movie.
So what?
You're just paranoid.
I went on to play Leona Helmsley.
That's true.
Right.
Do I look like chopped liver?
I'm sorry for ignoring your accomplishments.
You're still very attractive.
I have an old show business story.
Oh, yeah?
Once Carol Burnett soaked my tampons in sulfuric acid.
You're making very good jokes.
That's what it sounded like?
Whoa.
Miss Plachette. You're very attractive still. Come over here and put your hand in my pants.
Her laugh is nothing like her voice.
Kiss me.
All right, what else is in the news, Robin?
Holy baby.
Andy McDowell says that she's
still
afraid.
Bald down there.
What?
Still bald down there.
Really? Like a schoolgirl.
You know who Andy McDowell is, the actress who was in Sex Lies and Videotape? I suppose that's still her most famous role.
The one who has such an annoying voice, they had to overdub it in Tarzan.
Well, only that movie. They now let her use her own voice.
I like the other voice better.
Really? Glenn Close? Oh, they use Glenn Close.
Is that a video camera?
Is that Glenn Close's voice in Tarzan?
In Tarzan, yeah.
I watched that movie. I go, boy, that Andy McDowell has a nice voice. How come she's so annoying in all the other movies? Whining. And then it turns out it's not even her voice. I love Glenn Close's voice. Glenn Close's voice on that face is much better. I hate Glenn Close's voice when Glenn Close uses it.
Really?
But when Andy McDowell has it, it's attractive. And I don't even think... well, go ahead. What did she do?
She is saying in a magazine in Great Britain that she feels she's very afraid that some of today's models are using heroin to stay thin.
So what's wrong with that?
She admits that she used diet pills and cocaine to maintain her weight at a low level when she was a big model.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She did not say how much cocaine she snorted, but she did say that I could have gotten addicted, I just didn't.
Hey, it doesn't surprise me. With that voice, no wonder the people around her were doing drugs. Want to hear that. Give me some heroin, man. Andy's talking.
Yeah. Since heroin has become the new young chic drug, she's afraid that these young women today who are extremely thin aren't using natural methods to lose weight.
Oh, with the drugs and the drugs and the drugs.
So she's afraid that they might be using heroin, that it's much more acceptable now and less likely to cause AIDS because there's the new smokable heroin.
Right.
Oh, you know, you can smoke your sanitary napkins if you have to.
Yeah, it's a lot healthier.
Oh, you get high as a kite.
I think all Andy McDowell's model friends were doing cocaine because there were no screwdrivers to poke their eardrums out. No wonder they had to give her a new voice in Tarzan.
What sort of example is this you're setting for today's 16-year-old, she asked.
Oh, please. Let me tell you something. Let these kids do all the drugs they want. There's too many people on the planet anyway. Let them all go kill themselves. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How would you know if they're taking cocaine or heroin?
Yeah, how did she know?
How can that, that's not going to affect 16-year-olds. They just think the girls are thin.
Right.
Vassar College just got slapped with a...
With a what?
With a stiff baton for discriminating against women. Here's a woman's college, Howard.
Yeah.
But in their science department, they refused to tenure any professor who was married.
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I don't know. It's Vassar. They know what they're doing.
No, they don't, apparently. A judge told them yesterday they didn't. The lawyer for the professor who suffered because of this, Cynthia Fisher, says that she's probably owed $300,000 in back pay and is entitled to double that amount.
How do these professors get so much money?
Well, if you're supposed to have been working at a place for a long time, you get that amount. That's years of salary they're talking about.
The joke writers don't even get $300,000.
A lot of money. Yeah. The judge found that a member of the biology department maintained at a tenure committee meeting 9 years ago that Fisher was out of date because she was out of the field for 10 years. That 10-year period was included the 9 years she devoted to her husband and family before joining the department in 1977. So she decided to sue, and when they looked at the records, it turned out that the department, none of the science department, had ever tenured a married professor.
Married woman or man? Just women?
Woman.
Just woman, yeah. And a lot of these women get married and then right away they take sick days.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Got to be home with their husbands. It's reality. That's why I like you as single. You're devoted to me, Robin.
Yeah.
I'm your husband.
And I'm here with you every day.
That's right. No sick days for you. You want to see your husband, you come in to work. What?
She's sick, but she's here.
How dare you? How dare you?
Sorry.
Sally Jesse Raphael is going to have a show that includes family members from the Paula Jones clan. Her sister and brother-in-law, Charlotte and Corbin Brown, are going to be on with Sally. And they're going to talk about Paula Jones and give their opinion that they think she's just a gold digger. And that the incident that she claims occurred between her and the president really didn't upset her all that much. There might have been a little flirtatiousness going on, but Jones called her sister right after the incident and didn't seem that upset about the whole thing. It was Danny Ferguson, one of these state troopers, who turned Paula on to the fact that this could be a money-making scheme.
Of course. And
told her about the American Spectator magazine, which was paying people for these articles about the president.
Miss Plachette, in Hollywood, you must have, with your looks and your grace, you must have been the victim of much sexual harassment. Certainly producers would come on.
State troopers.
Right. People would come on to you all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because of your sexy qualities. And not that you were looking for it, they would just like you. Right?
I'm very sexy.
Right.
You know that Red Skelton felt me up at an Oscar? At the Oscars. And then he said, good night and God bless.
Tell the truth. That. You know you made that up. That never happened.
Oh, it never happened.
All right, that's better.
Is she just saying
she's making
things
stuff
to be
up.
outrageous?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember lots of things.
Just not the way they happen.
But you remember them.
Oh.
What? Stop spitting, Miss
What?
Bouchette.
That's when
Oh, I'm sorry.
Andy Griffith. He once lit his farts to gross me out.
You know that's not true.
He said they're real smelly.
No, come on. Tell him.
Jackie Gleason. Oh.
Is that what the great one stood for?
And away we go.
Tell a true story. I know those are all been fake, but tell me about sexual harassment in Hollywood.
Well, once Tony Curtis pulled down his pants, I never saw such a tiny piece of meat in all my life.
Tell the truth. That never happened.
Never.
I knew it. I knew it didn't happen. You're making up stories. In fact, you're not even Suzanne Plachette.
No, I'm the Easter Bunny.
Why am I interviewing
Well, does the Easter Bunny get sexually harassed?
Sure, once Johnny Carr used my dressing room to go to the bathroom and the seat was all wet.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, come on, let's continue the news.
Please. So anyway, I think they're going to air this Sally Jesse Raphael show on Friday. Meanwhile, a new Washington Post ABC poll says the majority of Americans tend to believe that the president didn't have anything to do with this woman.
Sexual harassment is serious, Robin.
Right, but they believe the president when he says that nothing went on.
Goes on all the time, right, Miss Plachette?
When Gary Moore was kissing Derwin Kirby and I saw his hand in Derwin's pants.
All right, now I want you to tell me that that's not true, please.
No, not true.
Not true. He's making stuff. Whatever you are, making stuff up.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Majority of the public is still with the president. They don't believe he did anything, but at the same time, they do believe this is an important story, unlike the Whitewater case. They didn't want to know about Whitewater. They do want to know about sexual harassment.
This is easier to comprehend. Guy goes in, pulls his pants down, and that's it.
Yeah. They'd like to know the filthy details on this one.
I think everyone in America believes it happened. That I don't think they think he ran around the room with his weenie hanging out, but he probably propositioned her. I think everyone believes that, and I think most people believe too that Miss Jones is in it for the dough. And the reason that people believe
that the people from the National Organization of Women are keeping a hands-off attitude.
It's not at all. As a matter of fact, people say conservative people will say, "Oh my God. How come the National Organization for Women hasn't gone and joined forces with this woman like they did with Clarence Thomas?" First of all...
Not Anita Hill, not Clarence.
I mean, Anita Hill. Anita Hill was an unbelievably believable... That doesn't make sense. She is a believable character, and I'll tell you why. She was not in it for profit. The woman did not...
You say this a lot, and there are a lot of people who fax me every time you say that.
I don't care what they fax you.
Talk about the amount of money she gets now to go across the country speaking.
I don't think she envisioned it.
She
No.
Would not be able to do that had she not gotten such name recognition
come on.
through those Senate hearings.
No. No one could envision speaking. Who wants to speak to her? Thing is, she came in. This girl's filing a $700,000 lawsuit. She claimed that she was overlooked for increases. She got all the increases. She got all the increases. She got even merit raises. The story stinks on ice. She got her own sister saying, she called me up and laughed about the whole thing. Was busy giggling. You got a state trooper who says there was actual sex. Now,
it seems to me that she was upset because they got the story in the American Spectator wrong. Why isn't she suing the magazine?
Right.
And the person who gave them that story?
They got no money.
Oh.
I must tell you that In this case, there's a... Okay, go ahead.
I'm glad you straightened that out.
I mean, you want to talk about poor Robin. Jackie almost impregnated her, and she hasn't seen dime one. Every day he's on top of her.
I haven't filed a suit yet. He hasn't gotten as bad as he's going to get, I don't think.
Yesterday, you want to see it out.
More money.
Right. Robin's compiling.
Hey, baby.
Yesterday, Robin sitting eating a sandwich, which, isn't Robin at her best. I've seen Robin look better than when she's eating. And then Jackie just jumps into the...
you on when I'm eating.
No. I don't want to be around when Robin's eating. And then all of a sudden, Jackie climbs into her chair with her. He's rubbing up against her back while she's eating.
He slid behind me in the chair.
Yeah.
You needed some hunching.
I never saw you look happier.
Little hunching's good for her.
What is it?
Jackie?
My personal favorite move is where he gets her from behind in a bear hug, and then he just slowly tilts her onto the couch.
Yeah.
and then rolls on top of her.
I think you two are rolling around on the couch. Like two polar bears.
Come here! Come here! I want you now!
Does he ever put the moves on you when you're alone?
No.
Only in front of people?
You Jackie liar. And I are never alone. When are we alone?
You liar. What about when you interviewed him
when
for your
I'm
book?
with you, Robin, there's no one else in the room.
He's always alone with me. No, you know.
Robin's your type, right? Why? Because she's so full-chested and what?
She's female.
No, she does,
Right.
She doesn't think so, but I think so.
What?
That you're his pal.
Yeah, you spend so much time with her, and then all of a sudden it just...
hits you that she's female.
There's a little bit of attraction happening.
Right.
It's gravitational.
It's all the time we spend together.
Robin, if he had you once, he'd never talk to you again.
Right. Don't trust him.
It's the big cans.
Oh! You know what he's...
I got to admit, I'm curious to see those myself.
The lure of the braids, the big cans.
The braids and the cans. I like the braids and the cans together.
That one of these days we just had to do it. Didn't you hear him announce the other day in the office it was time I had to have sex with somebody on the show?
Right.
And it'll be me!
It is time.
There's a time limit.
Do Billy if you're going to do anyone. Baseball bat Billy.
Yeah, that wreck it for everybody.
Come on, I'll get you nice and high.
What is the time limit, Jackie? You can stay around a group of guys and not screw them for how long?
4 years. That's it.
Don't say screw, say S.
Ask them. You have to ask them after how long.
All right, come on. Let's finish up the news here. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know that rule.
I don't see Connie Chung doing this in the middle of a newscast.
Hi, Connie.
Former First Lady Jacqueline Onassis has been readmitted to the hospital in New York City for treatment of her non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
If it's non-Hodgkin's, then what's she worried about? If it was Hodgkin's, I'd worried about it.
It's still cancer. That's why.
It's a bitch. I beat it.
They say that this was a scheduled hospital visit, that it wasn't like a surprise. Everybody was saying she was rushed back to the hospital. They said it was related to her illness, and she was scheduled to have further treatment.
It's a real drag, too, because she's wearing a wig now.
Yeah, I'm sure she's...
And today they had a picture of her. She had one of those pullover hats on top of her wig.
Oh,
she had two hats on.
Very difficult to think of Jackie O without her hair.
She looked better on November 22nd, 1963.
Suzanne.
Well, she did.
You just saying it the way she sees it. You say things the way you see them, right?
Who needs hospitals? You just yank off the scab.
Oh, that's what you do.
What's the matter with you?
That's what she does.
Get with it.
Well, let me just say.
Did you read what happened yesterday? They removed a malignant growth?
No.
Yeah, it was JFK Jr. He's a useless growth.
I don't find him so useless.
Oh, believe me, he is.
He could have a
What's
lot
he
of
do
uses.
for a living? What is it?
She looks like I sound.
Hey, we wish her luck, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Always. She's our favorite former First Lady, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Jackie, oh. Rose Kennedy will last long.
Who do you think will last longer, Rose Kennedy or Jackie O?
Never wore too much perfume today.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't it be ironic if Mother Rose outlived Jackie Kennedy? Now, that'll be nuts. That is crazy.
She doesn't have anything.
The bionic grandmother.
Whoever thought that Ray Walston would outlive Bill Bixby?
You know, that's what I thought when I was watching that The Stand this weekend.
Yeah.
I said, look at Ray Walston's still around. Bill Bixby's gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy, too, because Ray Walston was like 90 years old when they did My Favorite Martian.
Yeah.
I think he was
the same.
I think he was 20 during My Favorite Martian. He was just like one of those old young guys. So now he's 60.
Same, yeah. Hasn't changed a bit.
He was in good shape, that bastard.
What is happening with the tourists? A German couple was driving through the San Jacinto Mountains in California yesterday.
Jeez.
When they stopped to go look at the view, they were robbed and shot. The woman was hit several times and died at the scene. The man managed to get in his car. This is not easy to do over that line.
I know. He has a sad sense of humor.
Drive less than a mile.
I'm going to fire him for that.
He flagged down help and then was taken to a desert hospital in Palm Springs for treatment. He's listed in very critical condition. They're saying this is yet another in the recent series of shootings of German tourists. Like they're targeted.
Hey, what comes around goes around. So who's now? You would think
they came to California because they thought they'd be safer than in Florida.
Yeah, I mean in Florida, I know like a lot of the blacks and Cubans and stuff, I guess, are perpetrating these crimes on the tourists.
Criminals are perpetrating.
Well, you know what I mean, mostly. But I don't think there's many black campers, are there? So this must have been white. Are there black campers, Robin?
I don't know.
How do you get into a...
Blacks have infiltrated all phases.
When blacks infiltrate camping, I'm leaving. That's it. It's over.
I never see him buying tents.
I never see him buying... Well, listen, there's white crime, too. Don't act like it doesn't exist.
No, that's nice of you to
Miss Plachette.
Yeah. Nice of you to remember that.
That's right. Some people forget, and if you read the paper and watch the news every night, you forget. Jails are filled like 2 or 3 white criminals.
Oh, but they're horrible criminals.
Awful. Masterminds.
Dr. Zeus is back with a new book.
Is he?
Yeah.
I hate all his books. People were talking on the news yesterday.
He died in 1991.
Everyone loves Dr. Seuss. I hate Dr. Seuss.
I loved Dr. Seuss when I was a kid.
Me too. I loved One Fish, Two Fish.
I hate Dr.
Red
Seuss.
Fish, Blue Fish.
You know who else I hate? Smokey the Bear.
How could you hate Smokey?
I just hated him. The loudmouth.
But, the thing to me is, whenever somebody dies, people just start going through everything.
Is that the guy who wrote Cat in the Hat?
Yes.
The Cat in the Hat can go F himself.
That's the new book. How'd you get it?
Yeah. No, but you know what they do? The family starts rummaging.
Yeah, they rummage through everything, and if they find a scrap of paper you did anything on, they sell it. So they found some manuscript he did 20 years ago. Obviously, this was something he didn't think was any good.
Yeah.
So he left it in a drawer.
Right.
But now it's going to be published.
Should have left all the other books in a drawer.
Yeah. Can you imagine what this is? If he thought it wasn't worth publishing.
My daughter loves Dr. Seuss, and like Deborah, and she's a big reader, and she reads to me Dr. Seuss.
Oh, and it must drive you crazy.
Oh, my! I go, Deborah, what is he saying? I don't understand it. And she goes, I love it.
I don't know. There's something about it. I always loved it, too.
Really? I don't get it. Did you love it? I don't get it. I must be stupid. I don't get it.
It's fantastic.
Really?
When you're a kid.
Yeah.
So Jackie, you were a kid 100 years ago. Dr. Seuss wasn't even alive.
I read it yesterday.
First Dr. Seuss book.
Important, here's the who.
I'd roll one and read one.
Yes, this is green eggs and
What else is in
This
there?
unpublished manuscript doesn't have very many drawings with it, but it will be published anyway.
Why don't they get the same guy who draws for the Orlando Sentinel?
Yeah.
some Baba Booey cartoons.
Let me see what else is going on. They are going to start testing RU-486 here in this country.
Oh, yeah!
It drives me crazy.
It's the abortion pill that they've been using in Europe for several years now.
You know, Jackie pointed this out to me.
But you couldn't use it here. What?
He said the name RU-486.
Oh,
he's right. RU, as in RU, RU-4, 86. Are you in favor of 86ing someone? 86 means to kill someone.
Get rid of.
RU-486ing.
Is that where the name came from?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But
Everybody says no, but every time I hear it, it's like...
RU-480, you think the French could think something up like that?
Comedy fact.
RU-486? Yes, I'm 486.
Do you see what the name of the French company is?
I wish they'd 86, 87, and 88.
It's Roussel Ucliffe.
Yeah, Roussel Ucliffe.
Are you?
Are you? Are you 486?
I'm sorry.
I am 469.
Me too.
Me too.
Come on, Howie.
But they have managed to find a company through some shenanigans that will be able to make the drug and test it on American women, and it could possibly become available to Americans if it wins approval from the FDA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a
It
pill...
was kept out of the country by abortion folks.
If there's a pill that can kill these unwanted fetuses, where you don't even have to go to a doctor, I say, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. We got too many unwanted children. Give them out to the ghettos everywhere.
Just have a little bowl in the business.
Yeah.
But take those pills and put them in watermelons.
Put them in candy dispensers.
Right.
Put them in watermelons.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. I heard that.
What are you talking about? White people eat watermelons too, Robin. You are so racist.
You were saying.
Yeah.
I see where you want these pills to go.
No, I want them to go to whites, blacks, Ricans,
say that.
anybody who doesn't want a fetus.
I see what you're saying.
Is that Mr. Nixon? Gooks. Nah, you're wrong.
That was a horrible thing to say.
No, it wasn't.
Let's face it.
I was perfectly okay.
Did you see that?
Wish I'd recorded it.
Hey, dear diary.
And who's running for governor, I wanted to know what your opinion was of the fact that the government of the United States had to sell a parcel of land to a company, a Canadian mining company yesterday.
Yes.
For about $1,000 or $10,000, and it could be the site of $10 billion in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
wow,
because the
kidding.
mining laws have not been changed since 1872, the government had to sell this acreage to this company. So the Secretary of the Interior is saying, look, we really need to start doing something about these old laws. Look at how the country's getting raped.
Oh, yeah.
But the mining industry is saying, yeah, we see that you could probably use to update these laws somewhat, but if you make it too tough to mine in the United States, then we'll go to foreign countries and you'll lose jobs.
Nah. Pretend they're Indians and steal it back. Just take it. Kill them and take it. Scalp them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
Yeah. I belong to it.
Let me see what else is going on.
Anything else in the news, Robin?
I'm looking to see if there's anything I just absolutely have to bring up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miss Plachette, anything you want to bring up?
Yeah.
Are you...
What?
I was going to ask Miss Plachette, are you a Miss or a Mrs.?
Miss.
Miss.
Oh, I have boyfriends, though.
All right. No, anything else, Robin?
No, I think I'm done. I told you all this other stuff at other points in the day.
Gotcha. I hear you. Well, then I'll say thank you, Robin, and everyone. Excellent show in Orlando. We hope you enjoyed it.
Hope it wasn't too boring.
Hope it wasn't too boring for you. Let's just say that, especially for our friends in Orlando, maybe you didn't get to see the New Year's Eve special. We got a little of that, but we got this outrageous New Year's tape that not only includes the special, we cut down the special and included all this backstage footage. So if you want to hang out with me and Robin, Jackie, Fred, all the gang, except for Billy, if you want to hang out with everyone, just order the tape at 1-800-52-STERN and also get this neat Leroy Neiman poster. It's a painting that Leroy Neiman did of me, and you hang it up on your wall and piss everyone off. So it's real neat. It's $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling. You'll love it. And we all sit around and goof, and we watch this backstage tape, and it's real dirty. You got to be 18 or older to watch it. This ain't no Disney tape. You got to be 18 or older. And like all our products, we take them off the market after a while, and then they become collector's items.
Yeah.
And that's when the fun begins, because people want them, and they can't get them for their collection. And you, Billy, Miss Plachette, what are you, passing gas?
Is that you? No.
No? Wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Did you hear something?
No, it's just Jackie caught a whiff.
Oh.
No, it wasn't me. No, I swear. I'm not going to admit when
Jackie
it's me.
probably did it himself.
Yeah.
You know how he is.
Hey, Jackie.
It wasn't me, I swear to God.
Stink finger. Anyway.
What?
Dial 1-800-52-STORE. You must be 18 or older to order this. And then we take them off the market and they become collector's items. Some of our past tapes now are selling for $350, $400, $500. And people sell copies, all kinds of stuff for $1,000. So I can't guarantee it with this, but you never know. And let's face it, pretty good chance it'll be worth something.
Yeah.
Dial 1-800-52-STERN, STERN, $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling, but you must be 18 or older to order this. Brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. Now, also, Jackie has his own CD out. It's a wild comedy CD. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. And with that, Robin, comes the Jokeland catalog.
And it's in full color.
Full color, absolutely. 1-800-323-5464. Friday night, May 27th at the Stress Factory. It's Jackie in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Our friends in Jersey, just dial 516-932-WINE for more info. Boy Gary this Saturday night at the Club Chit Chat in Buffalo, New York, and this Sunday at the new Hanna-Barbera store in FAO Schwartz in New York from 2 to 4 p.m. with Bill Hanna and Joe Barbera. Don't miss Stuttering John's band appearing at the Cell Block in Bensalem, Pennsylvania this Friday night. Stuttering John will be signing CDs at Tower Records on the Roosevelt Boulevard in Northeast Philadelphia at 5:30. Stuttering John will be appearing at Saratoga Winners in Albany Saturday night. For tickets, 518-783-1010. Steve the Gorilla will be hosting the grand opening of Club New York in Elizabeth Roselle Park, New Jersey, this Friday, May 20th at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
This Friday, 8 p.m., Rocket 95's first anniversary Howard Stern party at Harrow's East Theater in downtown Rochester with Boy Gary and Jackie Jokeman, Miss Howard Stern, Fred Elephant Boy, Jolene, Captain Jenks, and Melrose Larry Green. If you're planning a wedding or party and you need a great DJ, call Scott the Engineers Rocket Entertainment, toll free from any city at 1-800-PARTY-MC. And if you'd like to hire Scott in the New York area, call 718-BAG-5040. All right, thank you, everyone. And Miss Plachette, thank you.
I brought up something green.
And we'll see everyone tomorrow.
KBGL Fort Worth, Dallas. Your Rock 97.1 The Eagle.